enjoyed it if you get mods. That's the only way to enjoy it, though, because the battles are just there.
I am live. I think.
I'll stop complaining. I hate people who defend the new policies and stuff. It pisses me off. And they act like people who complain are self-entitled. That's what really annoys me. Like, I keep seeing people saying, like, oh, people who complain about are self-entitled and children probably can't afford to buy it. So no, it's like, I know how much my money's worth, and they're taking the piss.
Well, also, when I was a kid and I didn't have access to a lot of the money I have right now, if I bought a game for $50, I knew that that was the entire game, and that was everything that was going to be in the game, and that I could count on a couple patches to either fix some things or put in some optimizations or stuff like that. There'd be a few patches, and then maybe if the game did well, a year and a half down the line or something like that, maybe there'd be a $20 like either expansion pack or standalone DLC or standalone.
Which were really big as well. They would add
which were huge and great, and only usually cost $20, and there's usually one of them. And that extended the life of the game, and then a couple years later, you get a new one. But now it's just like every 3 weeks, we have to pick up something new, and then every year I have to shell out another $60 for unfinished nonsense, garbage, simplified, streamlined shit games.
And anyway, where were we in D&D?
Oh, right, we're doing that. Hang on, let me sync my audio. 3, 2, 1. All right, my audio synced. Fucking hell! I'm all hot and bothered. Alrighty, so Tyburn couldn't be here today because he's sick, and Tog didn't show up as per usual. So we're gonna continue on. Does anybody want to do a brief recap of last week, or I could take care of it if you like?
Anybody else want to describe the discussion I had with my dad?
I wasn't here.
Oh. Okay. I think Ben should do this one.
Okay, so you guys, the players returned from the Feywild, having I wouldn't say passed their test of wisdom, but made it through it. And were allowed to progress through the Feywild into the material plane. When they got back, they realized that only Tyburn and Artlox had memories of their travels. Everybody else forgot what happened in the Feywild. From their point of view, they just went through one portal at the top of the tower in the material plane and appeared inside another portal in Beneventum, also on the material plane, with nothing having happened in between. But they got out of that. Everyone nearly drowned, but Coswin saved the day there. They met up with Sir Hadrian, who was in Beneventum at the time. Almost got caught by guards on the way out of the museum due to some, I wouldn't say fancy footwork, fancy verbaling, fancy talking. They almost talked themselves into getting arrested, but a couple spells saved the day there. So I text my wife. Okay. You guys realized upon
talk yourself into getting arrested.
We're very skilled.
It was the sentences weren't constructed entirely adequately to get the desire.
People weren't on the same wavelength, basically.
So they would cast suggestions. Say, I suggest you do this, but what they suggested didn't get them out of the situation. It just diverted attention momentarily. Is basically what happened. But they managed to get out of the...
suggest you look down. The guy looks down and looks back up. Oh,
well, yeah, like there was 2 people there, and they go, I cast suggested on this guy, and we are not the droids you were looking for. And so that guy failed his test and walked away, and then the other guard was just standing there like, there's still a problem here. Well, you guys made it out of Beneventum, realized that Ostia had become under siege by Edmund, with Borkvard serving as his military advisor. With several contingents of men from cities from the northern area. Silvium and Vigilum and Maleventum all have contingents there, sieging Ostia. 2 siege towers are under construction currently, and Rend is actually prospering due to the siege because all of the trade, all of the supplies and everything that are flowing from the free states to here have to go through Rend, and it is prospering from the increase in trade. But when they got back and realized 4 months had passed, Artlox found out that his father had arrived, having received the letter sent to him, taken up residence in his mansion, even taken up residence in his own bedroom, had set up a betrothal with a woman of noble birth for him, and was rather upset that Artlox had gotten the realm into dire financial straits. And the understanding is that he's unwilling to pay for Artlox's mistakes, but if Artlox loses his titles, he'll gladly buy them from the Lords of Karna, so that the titles remain in the family, but Artlox will be taken out of the line of succession, and the title upon his death would pass to his brother, Artlox's uncle, instead of Artlox himself, due to his hedonistic lifestyle. Past lifestyle, at least, he's changed. You guys also found out that that Flaccus, one of the Lords of Karna, had came to Rend in the absence, seeking compensation for the agreement that they signed, and requisitioned a very expensive item from Gyugushka's magical shop set up in Rend. And Gyugusha now feels that Artlox owes him for what was lost. So he agreed that he would call the debt settled if Artlox basically works for him. If he and the crew travel south, pick up a item of great value, and return it, he will call the debt with him settled. Where we left off, the group had spent the day traveling south to Smuggler's Run, right there where Artlox just pinned. They stopped in at Monty's shop, and Artlox has considered selling the Wand of Orcus, which he feels is I don't know. How would you say? How do you feel about the weapon?
How do I feel about the weapon?
Yeah, like you think it doesn't need to be here, but and you don't want anything to do with it. Monty agreed to pay a very hefty sum for the item, and that's where we left off.
100,000.
No, we'd already left the shop. I said we would come back on our return.
Yeah, and that's where we left off. He basically was like, okay, the offer stands, and then we ended it right there. So that's where we are. You guys are all in. Was that Tog popping in or NG popping in?
That was me. Yeah.
I told you to set an alarm, didn't I?
I'm sorry, I'm not feeling too good.
Pulling a Tyburn.
Yep, I'm pulling a Tyburn.
Okay. Feel better about
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Could that become a euphemism, like pulling on my tie bun?
Oh my.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well, because
Pulling on my clerical helm.
Oh, quick question. You said that Artlox obviously had a discussion with his father and family and stuff. Did we hear that? Like, did my character hear that?
it was a lot of it was shouting.
Okay. Okay.
So you heard
And you guys were like one. You guys were like one room. So you guys heard a lot of the majority of that conversation. Yes.
Okay. So we know. Okay.
I'm not sure how Artlox plans on dealing with his new bride to be, but I guess we'll come to that hurdle. Now, I feel like it's okay for us to jointly bring Tybert along with us, but I don't think it's going to be conducive to have two T-posed players. So does anybody opposed to me just saying Rebecca has business to attend to and is not going to be joining you on this adventure? Or do you guys does somebody want to fucking roll with that NPC and figure out how Warlock works?
Just say she had some unless
Business to attend to.
She had lady business to attend to.
But I don't want to leave Tyburn behind because he's pretty healer and he's pretty easy to run. He has spiritual weapons. He has his healing spells. He has
a mace.
He's got a crossbow. He's got a
Um,
mace. He's got light. Why am I exploding right now? Oh, Midge is live. Interesting.
Double live.
Is that the thing that just says, "Oh, yeah"? It was a...
Yeah, it's like, oh, Midge is here. So, what do you guys want to do? You know that the and I do apologize that I'm looking red right now. My ceiling light went out this morning, so I got just a lamp with a shade on it right over here. So I'm looking particularly orange this morning.
On my screen, you're completely black. So
Oh my!
Go into your settings and hit reconnect video.
So
I mean,
you
all
guys,
the others are fine. It's just
you guys know you guys are in Smuggler's Run, small town. You've been here once before, outside Monty's shop. You know that the directions you've been given is that the small town you're looking for is south of Smuggler's Run. You just have to follow the river and you'll find it. The travel that took you the travel time to get you guys down here has left it into like early evening, maybe a few hours of sunlight left. What do you guys want to do?
Did Monty say anything about me?
You didn't go in.
No, but you didn't go in. You stayed outside.
But did he tell anything to Artlocks? Did he like
I don't
ask
think he
Artlocks?
recognized us.
Okay.
Shall we go stay in an inn for the night, maybe?
Sounds good to me.
Coswin?
Yeah.
I mean, does Artlocks know how far traveling it is to this place we have to go?
All I know is we follow the river.
I'd prefer not to stay in Smuggler's Run for very long.
Okay, well, we can leave now.
Well,
Rest
then I
outside
guess we
town.
can start making our way towards the village, city, town thing.
Camp by the river when it gets dark, maybe.
Is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So you quickly make your way through the town. There's few people as the sun as it's getting into the afternoon. There's few people walking around. You go by relatively unnoticed, and out the back side of the town, you notice that the road, the actual like old imperial road that leads down this way, quickly bends back up to the north around the bay. But there is it looks like it may have once been a smaller road head south, but maybe the flagstones have been removed for some reason. But there's definitely a like indented area of slightly overgrown trail that leads south. It just follows the river around a bend, and you can't really see where it leads to.
Also, I'm gonna ask Perry why he doesn't want to stay in Smuggler's Run.
Just in case people see me, recognize me. Just in case.
Just
Why,
in case.
why
I
don't
get
you want to be
recognized.
recognized?
It's fine. Let's move on.
Perry quickly dismisses the noble knight's questions, and speeds up just a little bit to get a few steps ahead of him. You follow the path into the mountains, and you can see that the river is very clearly carved out like this really wide swath through the foothills leading up to the mountains. Kind of twists and turns, and you lose sight of the town behind you. You travel for about 45 minutes, and it starts to get pretty dark because as you move closer towards the mountains, they obscure the setting sun, and you just got like big shadows cast by the mountains over the entire area. Slightly farther on, you come around a bend, and you can start to see the dark outlines of several buildings.
How far away?
Maybe half a mile ahead. I'm sorry, a little over a kilometer ahead.
I mean, I say we just finish it off. Just get to the buildings.
Okay.
Okay. You guys
Shelter.
You guys continue forward. And as you approach the buildings, you notice that the path starts to part. One very clearly goes towards the small assemblage of stone buildings that straddle the river, and the other one leads up in a winding path that hugs the cliff face and winds out of sight. But it goes up into the mountains. You can also hear it's pretty humid here, and you can hear the crashing water of a large waterfall. You know, that constant roaring, crashing sound.
I say we just go to the stone buildings because shelter is shelter. We can figure out where we have to go in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. Give me shelter.
You guys make note of the path that leads up into the hills, and as you get closer to the town, you can see the waterfall cascading down. The buildings seem to be built close to it, but just a little outside of it. Most of the buildings you come across as you're walking down this dilapidated street have been purposefully deconstructed. It looks like a lot of their stone materials have been repurposed. People came in and started taking them apart. And the ones at the very, very edge are just footprints, basically, left. And then as you go into the town, it seems that people were working their way in from like manor house to manor house. And most of them are in various states of disrepair. They all are missing their windows, their roofs, various walls are torn out. But as you get towards the back, closer to the waterfall, there's one building that does appear to be mostly intact.
Yeah, we'll go for that one then.
Okay. Guys, head for the building, and what you notice is that the window, like the window frames are intact. All the windows have been smashed to pieces. The door has been knocked off of its hinges. What do you guys want to do?
Knocked off of its hinges.
Like the door's been like caved in.
Okay.
Like kicked in, or like massive beast ran in.
One like the top hinge has been completely dislocated, and the second one is just like it's still hanging on by that, but it's fallen in. The door's intact, but like damaged.
Guess we'll look inside.
Looking inside, you can see that there is old furniture covered with dust, slightly weathered from who knows how long of being exposed to the elements. But it does seem to be still furnished.
Okay. I'm gonna warily look inside, like sort of move through the doorway a little bit.
You take a ginger step in and look around, and it seems to be a think of like a house you'd rent on like the Greek coastline. It's large, it's spacious, it's built for luxury. It's a timeshare in Greece. It's a villa. It's built for it's like a villa. It's built for luxury. It doesn't look like it's built for like year-round living. More of like a vacation area. There's lots of sofas. There's destroyed tables and stuff like that laying around. There's even some, like porcelain and things like that. Some broken, some not.
They call this town Benidorm. Anyway, okay. Are there any like marks on the floor where like something might have charged in?
Do a perception check.
All the characters.
You look around at the floor, and your elf eyes see maybe a few scratches that lead towards what looks like a bedroom on the left-hand side, but they don't look like they're too violent. Maybe just from repeated movement.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go search the rest of the rooms, make sure there's no hooligans hiding or anything.
Do an investigation check for me.
Oh, good lord.
Sir Hadrian loudly stomps through the house, his heavy armor clanking as he goes, and announces to the group that it is clear.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Did I?
I'm gonna.
The house is mostly still finished. Every window has been smashed to bits, seemingly from the inside out.
Inside out? That sounds weird. The people were trying to get out the house. Why would you be desperate to get out your house?
There's a lot of
Hey Ben,
reasons.
could you put the token of where the token on the map where exactly we are, just for reference?
Boom, right there. You're basically like right down that way. The Tyburn token.
The party member who is not here.
Well, obviously, someone broke down the door. Probably came in. People tried to escape out through the windows. I would assume.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
See if I
But
can
how do we
find
know
some.
if do we know if anyone's still here?
There's no one in the house.
See if I can find some appropriate background music.
Are you sure you shut the whole house?
I just did.
He went through every room. He didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Got to double check for a basement.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, basement or attic.
While they do that, I'm going to go take care of my horse.
All right. So
Your
you go
horse.
outside and find some grazing area for Princess and tie her up.
The mic kind of cut out, so it sounded like whores to me.
Oh my!
We're gonna go
Find
take
some
care of my
grazing area
horse.
for your horse.
So
All right,
Hadrian's a pimp.
I actually, I heard
Someone's
that
got to
as well.
make some money.
All right, Artlocks, make a investigation check with advantage because Perry's helping you out here. All right, so you make your way through the house. You go into the kitchen and think, hey, maybe a trap door in here that leads down into a wine cellar or something like that. But you're unable to find a lower level. You make your way into one of the bedrooms, and you can see that one of the bedclothes have been kind of ripped up. And you start looking around, and you notice some some scraps, some leaves and twigs and stuff under the bed. And you pick your head over, and what you see seems to be some sort of nest with eggs in it underneath the bed.
So yeah, scratches, repeated use, heading to the bedroom. There's clearly a creature coming in and out for this nest. Do I cast Win?
That's why the windows are broken.
Yeah.
I need you to nature something. Do you recognize these eggs?
Let's see here.
If trying to recognize the eggs, I think it'd just be like a straight up intelligence check.
I still need Coswing for that, I think.
Yeah.
So straight intelligence check.
Yeah. Unless could you? I mean, I don't think nature would really apply because it would be more like plants and stuff like that. Animal handling, I think that'd be more for actually trying to deal with animals. I guess you could do animal handling if you want.
Do intelligence.
Okay.
Because animal handling is wisdom.
They're eggs.
Not a clue.
About
Thanks.
that big.
Okay.
Crack one open.
Do they look any? Are they pretty in any way?
They're white with some gray speckles on them, a tinge of blue.
They're not leathery with a four-pronged opening in the top.
No.
Was that an alien reference?
I'm going to stick my face in front of it and see what happens.
To be fair, we didn't find these in an ancient temple that we had to be lowered down into, so I think we're okay. Okay, I suggest then, just because I don't want to disturb whatever creature these belong to, that we stay in an area of the house where it can just run past and get to the eggs without us
It's in
being the way.
it's in like a side bedroom on the left, like on the left-hand wing. So if you guys stayed like in the back of the right, you'd probably be able to avoid whatever it was.
I would say not to stay in at all. I don't want to stay in a house where there's a creature going to come back.
It might just
I'm
be
sure it's
like a
fine.
duck.
How big are the eggs? How big are the eggs? How big are the eggs?
Well, you can't see me, can you?
Half the size
Nah.
of an ostrich.
Half the size of an ostrich egg. So it's probably quite big. An ostrich can get quite big.
I mean, it could be a
Oh,
really
I'm sure
big
it's
duck.
fine.
A really big duck.
Be a chocobo?
Oh my god.
Chocobo? There are chocobos in this world. Oh, that's amazing.
We'll just
You don't know. I homebrewed this.
ride the
Exactly.
battle.
It could be.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
I'm
I don't want to stare.
Okay, go lay down.
Sir Hadrian finds a bedroom on the right-hand side of the house and just lays down in the bed.
Gonna take my bedroll out and go to bed. It's time to get some sleep.
Little did we know the house was infested with mutant silverfish the size of cocker spaniels.
Oh well, you know.
Can you imagine? Party wipe.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna. Is there an attic?
Nope, it's one story.
Okay. It's one story,
It's pretty expansive. Like it's got a big footprint.
so I could sleep on the roof.
Yeah, you can sleep on the roof.
I'm gonna sleep on the roof.
In the rain.
It's not raining. Is
How
it?
you?
Why are we sleeping in a house that has a creature
Probably
that lives
missing.
How you gonna get up to the roof?
Jump, climb. I'm quite a nimble. I
Okay,
could just find something.
make an acrobatics check or athletics, whichever one you prefer. Yeah, you can make it up to the roof.
Just one front flip my way up.
You managed to find a large tree that's been growing relatively close. You work your way up the tree and jump up onto the roof. From up here, you get a pretty good view of the area. You can definitely see the layout of the town, mostly large villas with some other small buildings intermingled with them. And you can also see the that path that led up the cliff face into the mountains. And it seems to lead towards the waterfall.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll out my bedroll, get my extra blanket out and things.
Okay.
Just get comfy up here.
So are you going to stay watch the whole night, or are you going to sleep up there?
I've got my bedroll out, so I'll sleep at one point.
All right. Is anybody else going to take a watch, or are we just going to do half a watch? I'll say Tyburn takes the other half. He usually volunteers. All right. So.
I'm used to having my squire do that for me.
Yeah, you're past the fuck out. So, you want to take the first watch or the second watch, Arlux?
I'll take first.
Take first. So you, sun goes down, temperature drops a little bit. You're kind of in the mountains now. There's a large waterfall right there. It's substantially cooler than it was out on the open plains out near Ostia. Some birds go by, startle you a little bit, and you think for a moment maybe you saw some movement over at the edge of the small town. Then it's gone and it passes, and you see nothing else during your watch. Eventually, you see Tyburn's head appear at the base of the building below you, and he calls up to you that he'll take watch, and he just seems to hunker down on the steps, the front of the house, and you go to sleep. Okay. The night passes uneventfully. Tybird wakes everybody as the sun starts to rise.
In my house sleep, I'm gonna mumble why my squire didn't why my squire didn't wake me up for the second watch. It's kind of why didn't you wake me up for second watch?
Oh, right. You're
Oh,
fucking
it's-
alone, except for Princess.
Yeah,
Where's Princess, damn it? Alright, what's the plan, guys?
I'm gonna get off the roof.
gonna ask
Arlox,
where he's going.
Arlox definitely hops down from the roof with his gears, comes back to the house.
Just. I think we're gonna go up to that waterfall. Take that second path.
Right. Then I'm gonna leave my horse down here. Leave
Okay.
Princess down here, kind of
You're gonna leave Princess down
tied
here?
up, so
Did
she
we
can
bring
move around
her
and
up?
eat. But
Did you bring what?
horses. to Smuggler's Run?
I don't remember anybody saying that that you guys were going to ride your horses down here.
Okay.
I didn't.
So because I thought I remembered you guys talking about it, but deciding to leave them behind. And I don't know why, but Cosmo just froze with this like shit-eating grin on his face. I gotta refresh him. Just this like you got that like you stupid son of a bitch look on your face, frozen right right on my screen. All right, we're refreshed now. There we go. That's better. All right, so what's the plan, guys?
Roach does not look amused. Yeah, I'm going to say to the party, I think most likely the thing we're looking for is up that second path towards the waterfall.
What are we looking for?
You're looking for a headdress.
We're looking for a headdress.
Is what you were asked to acquire.
Right. Well, no time like the present.
Okay, so you guys make your way back through the town, and double back on the path, and it starts heading up pretty steeply along the cliff face. So on the right side, you've got basically a sheer cliff and the mountains, and on the left side, you've got a drop off that's slowly getting higher and higher with the town below you. You can see like what looked like a post sheared off at the base in the ground where maybe there had been a fence at some place because they're placed pretty evenly dug down into the ground, but there's no fence. There's just the stubs of these rotted away posts left there. It takes a pretty you start following the path, and it takes a pretty sheer turn off to the right hand side for a while, and kind of goes through a couple bends in the mountains, and you lose sight of the town for just a few minutes, but then it swings back to the left, and as you come around the bend, you can see the town maybe 90 feet below you. On the left, you see the banner that villa you stayed in, and then in about 20 feet in front of you, there seems to have been a landslide, and there's just the path is completely blocked by fallen rocks.
Do the rocks look climbable?
It's possible. The landslide is on the left-hand side where it down towards the drop-off. Seems to be piled up about 15, 20 feet. And then on the side where it's propped up against the mountain, it's about 30, 35 feet. So it's this like lopsided thing. It's not completely vertical, but it's very like, it's a lot of large stones and loose stones.
Right.
Huh. What do you guys want to do about this?
Well, we could either clear it somehow.
Cost one, blow it up.
Yeah. Or we can
I
climb
could
it.
do that.
If you blow it up, it'd probably just cause another one.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I could blow it up multiple times.
Okay.
Does it look like that the landslide was caused by anything like wet weather, or like is it more of a
that
mud?
hatches out of an egg about that big?
You could do a like an investigation or a perception check on it, see if you could suss out what's going on here. The area around you looks pretty steady. You look up the cliff face, and you can see that there was like a plateau that seems to have sheared off, and just come cascading down.
Okay.
It's like there was some area up there, and there might still be a little spot up there that somebody could stand on, but it seems like most of it is just like the underside of it maybe hit away and crashing down the mountain.
I'm gonna give it a go shifting it.
You're just gonna start moving
No.
rocks.
No. I'm gonna get everyone to stand back.
All right, and how many months would you like to spend moving rocks?
And I'm gonna use
one of my cantrips.
Okay, what are we doing? Oh my! That. All right, so you go up to it, and I don't know. You're just doing like a rock and roll, like bang.
No, it's thunderclap. I just go whoop bang.
Boom.
And
All right. So your thunderclap echoes off the sides of the mountains, and there's some shifting in front of you. Like some of the stuff in front of you just kind of like just shifts down, and as the thunderclap echoes, you just hear it like reverberating out throughout the caverns. You can see another small section of that plateau far up just crumbles a little bit. You've moved stone, but not necessarily out of the way.
Should have used Thunder Wave.
I've got that, if you want me to.
I mean, that one actually moves things. Thunderclap is kind of just a
You've
sound.
got just to keep this in perspective. You got probably thousands of tons of rock in front of you, like individual boulders that may weigh hundreds of tons blocking the path.
And it looks like you might have started something more.
Like the stuff in front of you just like you know the like vibrated down a little bit, and then some of the stuff up on the plateau did cascade down a little. Nothing major. It doesn't seem to have changed the outlook too much though.
Is there any alternative routes?
There's forward and back. There's down 100 feet into the town, and there's up as far as you can see into the mountains on the right.
I mean, I could
Then I
definitely
guess we're
climb
going over it.
Yeah, I could definitely climb it or fly over it, depending on which one I fancy.
Money, money, money.
I guess that's my
Not really
spider
looking forward to
shoes.
trying to climbing over this.
Right, I'll go first.
Are you just gonna climb it?
Yeah.
All right. So athletics, acrobatics. You make it about halfway up, towards the left side, and then you grab a handhold and just it comes out right in your hand, and you just poof, falls flat on your back. You don't take any damage, but you get the wind knocked out of you, and you fell like right on the edge of the path.
This does not
It's
look
very
good.
loose.
Yeah.
I could use my spider shoes just to help me get grips and stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
By all
nice?
means.
But that's only
Perry-
one person.
Perry, you could walk. You could basically walk up that at normal speed. So in a few seconds, you could be at the top with your shoes.
But that's just me then. We need everyone else to get across.
Well,
Maybe you
I
can
will
see something on the
after
other
you-
side.
Once you get over, I will attempt to follow.
You might see something to help
Oh,
us on the other side.
Plus, can you put fly on other people? Or is it just yourself?
I can put flyer on, but I can only use it once.
One other person.
So,
Oh, once in the whole
He
day?
can cast
Yeah.
it on other people, but he can only use
Ah.
it once per day.
Okay. Hmm.
I'll,
I do
well,
have
you
another
can-
idea of what I could do.
Well, here.
You hear Tyberd say to himself, "Helm helps those who help themselves," and
Right.
he starts climbing up.
I'm going to use my shoes and...
So Tyberd gets a few feet up, and Perry, your boots seem to like stick unnaturally to it, and you just with barely any use of your hands, you just clamber right up to the top.
I'm gonna wait for Tyburn to get to the top if he makes it, so there's not two people trying to climb up the shifting rocks and stuff.
All right.
You said
Tyberd gets a few feet further up, and then then he hits his foot on a loose rock, and he just falls about 8 feet down straight onto his back. There's poof, big cloud of dust underneath him. He just rolled a 1 on that.
Oh.
Oh,
Did you say athletics? We could do
Athletics or acrobatics, either one would do. You're doing it with disadvantage. You're wearing heavy armor.
Okay.
Still rolled a 20.
No, Jesus Christ! Sheer muscle mass. You don't have you're able to identify the loose bits of the wall and avoid them, and just muscle your way straight up to the top. So you're up there with NGP now. It's a little unsettling because you're already about 100 feet above the town, and now you're another 20 or 30 feet up on top of a loose pile of rubble, just like looking down there.
Can I see anything on the other side?
Like just right on over.
Yeah, just like
You
where
can
we're
see
going to
that
be.
the
end up.
path curves and winds very steeply at this point, and then disappears behind the waterfall.
Right. And then how much room is up on top of it where me and Perry are?
The path is about 10 feet wide, and then you're standing on the top of it. It's just a rough pile of rubble, so, everybody could stand up there shoulder to shoulder, but, there's
Alright,
not a
then
lot
I'm
of room to maneuver or anything like
Then I'm
that.
going to get down on the other side.
All right, so you clamber your way down to the other side. Do another one.
Shit.
You take a couple steps and then stumble on some loose rubble and just boom, fall all the way down. And let's see. Take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall towards the ground and slam with a large clatter of your heavy armor.
I'm going
That
to call
was-
up to Parry. Is he okay?
Those were some really rough rolls out of D6.
Ow!
You just hear Hadrian from the other side, coughing and sputtering and in pain. So Hadrian's on the other side. Perry's at the top. Tyburn fell down on this side.
I'm gonna give it.
I'm gonna shout back to Alex. I go, I think he's okay, and I'm gonna pop down and help him.
All right, you keep- make another. Well, you don't have to make a check. You got the spider boots, so you just easily walk down the other side and help Hadrian up. Seems to be, he's got a little blood coming out from his lips. He's a little on the injured side.
Now, if only you had a way to pass the
At this
boots
point,
over.
you guys can hear what sounds like slow rhythmic footfalls coming from the like back where you came from, heading into town. Just and then in a few seconds, later.
Oh no, they've bought a cave drone.
Right, I'm gonna start climbing these rocks.
All right, give me a check. Athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
A little bit of difficulty. You lose your handhold twice on your way up there. You managed to make it to the top,
And I'm gonna go down the other side.
and one more with advantage on this one. Yeah, you're fine. You definitely you do cartwheels down the other side.
No, I get halfway down.
Really
Just,
showing off.
Just front flip the other thing.
Just land right next to Sir Hadrian, very
Son of a
lightly.
bitch.
Coswin and Tyburn are left alone on the other side.
Can we see the town?
Well,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it's down on your it's if you're facing the direction of travel, it's down about 100 feet on your left, and you can see the whole thing.
Like, can I make sure my horse is still alive?
Yeah, Princess is still there.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna follow them.
Give me a check. Yeah.
It only
With-
hurts a little.
With undue grace, Coswin manages to scurry his way to the top. And you are standing on top of the precipice now, looking down at Tyburn, sadly, meekly on the other side.
All right, I go back. I go down, towards the rest of the party.
Okay, give me another check to see if you can get down with advantage, because you're not wearing heavy armor or anything. Yeah, you're fine.
Tyburn, you coming over?
You hear Tyburn go, "Throw me a rope!"
I throw him a rope over.
So you hold on to the rope, and then after a few seconds, you hear you feel it go tense, and Tyburn's a good deal heavier than you. So
Somebody
you
help
brace
me.
you brace your feet
I'll,
first.
I'll grab onto it
All right.
too.
Hadrian comes up behind you, just grabs you around like the midsection, hauls you back, and you can feel the rope tug as Tyburn climbs up the other side. You see his head appear up at the top, and then he scrambles back down.
Cool.
Now, where is that heavy footfall coming from?
It's coming from retrograde from the direction of travel, away from behind you guys. And you can still hear them, just an occasional, and then another. What's the plan?
Continue up the road.
All right. It looks like it'll take you just a few more minutes to get to where the path disappears behind the waterfall.
Okay.
Are
Sounds
we
good.
worried
I'm
about
gonna
that noise?
constantly be looking behind me.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check, Adrian. All right, so you're occasionally glancing over your shoulder, and you do it once, and you look down, and you see Princess mewing about near the house. Then you walk for another minute, you look behind you, and you look at Princess. She's still down there. The third time you look behind you, you just gotten used to it at this point. You're like, okay, there's nothing. And then you see what appears to be a very large humanoid form walking through, like, into the town below you guys. It appears to be 15 to 20 feet tall, very tanned, leathery skin, very large humanoid figure, just very slowly, very ponderously walking into the town.
That's
I
a
am
giant.
going to point it out to the rest of the group and contemplate going back.
Oh, your horse is probably going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
How attached
Because either
are
it
you
was-
to the horse?
You guys can all see it. There's a very large figure moving into the town.
How far away is it?
You guys, let's see. Let's do some trigonometry. You guys are 120 feet up by this point. The town's down below you. It's probably 1,000 to 1,200 feet away.
Okay.
How big is it?
15
It's
feet?
15, 20 feet tall. Might weigh thousands of pounds.
Hey, so if it is, something like a giant or something, it might. I guess they might eat the horse. Giants eat horses.
I will feed you to it before it eats my horse.
I mean, you can't if you're not near it.
I mean, we're kind of over here now.
Yeah, it's like we can't just go fight a giant, can we?
I mean, we could, but by the time we're down there, it might be gone. It would have been pointless.
Got back, yeah, it's probably gonna eat of eating, Princess.
My horse dies. You owe me a new war horse.
Hey,
Let's
you
carry
left
on.
it.
Well, it's not like I could bring it up here.
Should have thought about that.
Let's go.
You're gonna continue on forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys make your way towards where the path curves along behind the waterfall. It's a very large. It's not very. The waterfall's not terribly wide. It's maybe only 20 feet wide, but there is a very large preponderance of water coming over it. It's very volumetric, so it obscures pretty heavily anything on the other side of it. And when you guys come around the path, you can see that there seems to be a set of ornate stone doors that are ajar.
Or a jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
One seems to be one of them seems to be cracked open just a little bit, and the other one's cracked open a few feet, and they open inwards.
So, are the carvings recognizable?
They do a perception check. Yeah, relatively. They seem to be pretty stereotypical of old empire carvings.
Okay.
And it seems to be some sort of tomb or catacombs, some place of rest.
This looks like the place. Gotta double check for traps as well.
Okay. Do an investigation check on the door.
Okay. Hold up. Oh, fail.
Seems clear.
Right. Let's get this over with.
Okay.
I'm gonna go forward.
Okay, I gotta move you guys in steps again. I believe this is the one.
Hey, look, it's Borkvard. Cleaned up.
What?
All right, is everybody? Let me see. I don't remember if I put light on this one. Enforce line of sight. Don't look around.
Oh.
Ah, there we go.
I saw things.
You have Rebecca in there.
Oh shit. Yeah. Die, bitch.
I'm gonna immediately cast light on my ring.
Okay, so let me give you
my
some
God.
Tybern
light.
also immediately cast light on himself.
Tybern would immediately do that too.
My God, I'm having a weird deja vu, but for
Tybern casts. Hear Tybern speaking to himself, and he casts light on his pendant.
Look at that, all the humans know the same party trick. Ow.
As you guys step inside, you immediately notice the change in atmosphere. It smells musty, smells old. The like fresh summer breeze and the that spray from the waterfall's gone. It's much. You didn't really notice the difference. How pleasant the area was out of it, but it's very pleasant outside. Very old and musty on the inside. Smells like like old paper. And you guys have control of your tokens. I should probably change the sound.
I'm gonna ask Artlox what it looks like that we're looking for.
It's a headdress.
Immediately, what you guys can see in front of you, it seems to be two bodies laid to rest, and what maybe some offerings left there too.
Do we have any
Kind of.
idea, like, what to expect here?
Of course not. I'm
what
gonna
we've got.
search for the headdress and anything else. Just look and see what's around in those crates or whatever's in that corner.
The bodies that are laid out seem to be several years old at least. They've definitely dried quite a bit. The skin has sunken down over the bones. The soft bits, like the eyes, have rotted away. The offerings seem to have been maybe what would have been food and dishes, things like that. Not anything of any particular value, though.
Okay, well, let's get going.
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna drag Tybern behind you guys so that the light kind of stays with you. Or what I could do is I could group two people together with Tybern, so he just follows them around.
It kind of splits here. Which way do you guys want to go?
Left.
Left?
okay.
Oh,
I
mean, that's how you get through a maze, right? You always take left.
You always take the left path.
I always take the right, so...
So as you guys enter this next chamber, you can immediately notice that there are... think of these like the catacombs underneath Paris is just bones of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people piled up in neat, orderly stacks.
Ben, could I sense evil?
Yeah, go ahead, and you don't have to roll for that. You just sense it, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so Perry, for a second there, he stops in the middle of this room, grabs his little pendant, and you close your eyes for a second, and immediately they shoot open, and you can definitely sense that there is something evil pretty close by to you right now.
Guys, that's the stench of evil.
Yeah, you can smell. It's like acrid on your nostrils.
Pretty strong. Can't be far away. Be
Okay.
careful.
Everybody draw your weapons. I draw a loot. To be fair, it's like my best offensive weapon these
This
days.
draws his guitar.
You guys enter. There's a couple of rooms here. Well, you know, one room seems to be completely filled with like leg bones. One seems to be completely filled with arm. They're all orderly, organized in front of you, and down the path in front of you, you can hear like shuffling.
Shuffling.
Yeah, just like the very faint sound of shuffling.
Oh, I can see something ahead of us.
I can barely see it.
Looks to be a mummy.
What?
Thing.
There's a mummy in front of me?
Wow.
Nah.
I can see it.
Has it seen us?
I don't.
It's just.
think
It
so.
seems to be just slowly like shuffling.
Hold on, let's ask him. No,
Does anyone have a long distance weapon they can hit it with, maybe?
Yeah,
Tyburn does.
I got one.
Or
Tyburn's an operator
short-
with that crossbow.
Short distance weapon because he's only like.
Someone shoot it then.
I mean, I have
if
a
I
cantrip
remember
I
the
can
last
use.
time we fought them, piercing damage didn't do much.
I'm gonna ask Artlox, are we gonna fight
All
this
right,
thing?
you guys did fight a mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would be at least somewhat.
So we're gonna engage
Yeah, you've done
this
it.
thing, right?
You've done. If that's what you think is in
Right.
front of.
Coswin, have you got any more oil flasks?
Um,
If you've got any
let me
oil
check.
flasks, I'll give you the.
I have one.
If I'll give you the cloak of invisibility. Invisibility. You light that son of a bitch on fire.
I could do that right now though, without an oil flask.
Are we? Yeah, I was gonna say, are we gonna do this right now? Because I'll just freeze the motherfucker.
You could immolate the guy, and keep him burning. Is what I'm saying.
I know I can do that.
Oh, okay,
No.
just do that then.
Don't have to give me the cloak of invisibility.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hi, sweetie. What are you doing?
Is that Penny? That's a very.
No, that was not Penny. That was Perry's.
Right.
All right.
Well,
So, what's the plan, guys?
Does Arlux pass me the cloak
Yes,
of
I have.
invisibility?
Roach, you feel something on your shoulder and look over. You taking out his crossbow and is using you to steady it.
But wait a second, doesn't a crossbow's bow actually fold backwards? So if you're resting it on my shoulder, wouldn't that smack me in the back of the neck?
Yeah.
maybe. Right.
So we can wait. I can blow this fucker up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
I can.
I need
I can
payment from Martlock.
freeze it. I can make it slow.
It's moving. Just, Coswin, go.
All right.
No, it's coming. It's coming this way. Everybody,
All right.
stay still.
So I'm going to use a scorching ray
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
I am going to twin that son of a bitch, and I think I'm gonna hold back on Tides of Chaos for.
First time for everything.
It's a mummy.
Go ahead.
All right,
Why'd you need the cloak of invisibility then?
because you promised
that-
it.
Because you said I could take it.
Because that was a potential. Way I could be paid for doing this, and that's
Coswin has a praise sheet for all of his spells, and we'll give you a breakdown at the end of
wow.
each adventuring day. Everyone
First
hits.
one was really fucking good.
Wait, how did you set that up? I'm sorry. This is a side thing, but
No, it's fine.
I'll tell you guys. I'll do it later.
okay.
Every one of them hit, even the 14 and 13.
It's a mummy.
Right. Okay. So first one. Second
9
one.
fire damage.
Third
9,
one.
8, 10, 6. Alrighty, so that's
That's hopefully dead.
just offhandedly, I'm just
6.
hope that didn't have the headdress on.
Yeah,
it.
I remember the the mummy episode of Roach's campaign well, because it was the one
Where
with
we
the
were
fucking
all just
hands.
standing around it, like curb stopping it. It's just,
No,
it's just like,
it was the hands, the crawling hands, just going past doorways at like.
Oh,
speed.
yeah. I forgot about those. Well, what I if I remember correctly, like Roach didn't realize that we would see them zooming, and every once in a while we'd just be like, "Oh God!" and he'd be like, "Oh, this is great! I love it."
It was. I was.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause he didn't think I'd seen them, and then
Alright, so
when
you
he
see-
knew I'd seen them, he started doing it.
Then
to
he used it a
everyone.
lot. Yeah. So you guys, the mummy seems to be just like kind of shuffling around in a circle. And it kind of it makes one of its turn and goes to turn away from you guys, and then Coswood just does his Gatling gun of scorching rays. Every single one of them just slams into the thing, and you see parts of its dried flesh just immediately incinerate, and all of its wrappings go up in flames. And if it could make noise, you think it would be, because you could see its jaw just like unnaturally dehinge and like go unnaturally wide and turns towards you guys. You did, if I did that math correctly, 50 points of fire damage to the thing. It is completely immolated, but it is not down just yet.
Roll initiative.
Coswin just like blows into the smoking bit, like tip of a staff.
All right.
Okay,
Because just because this thing is almost dead, I'm gonna have it roll initiative, and if it rolls really low, then anybody else can just roll an attack on it. If it rolls really high, then we'll go with it.
Okay.
It rolled a 1, so yeah, anybody else can roll an attack.
Okay, I'm gonna step in front of Sir Hadrian and throw the javelin of lightning at it.
No,
Roll for a range.
that's such a waste.
Why? Why? What do you mean?
The whole reason you're getting the first attack without having to roll initiative is because it's so close to death. Like,
I know. I was gonna say that means go bash him with my sword.
just go hit him.
Okay.
Well, the lightning javelin is not like a recharge thing at the beginning of the day. He just pick it up again and use it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, fucking do
Well,
that.
So
That'd be awesome.
it gets one use in combat usually, because to get it,
I'd
you
have
have
to
to
go
like,
get it.
run around the edge, pick it up, and throw it again.
Do
Like,
I
it doesn't
hit?
like it just uses whatever he uses it does its thing. It doesn't have charges or anything. No, surprisingly that misses.
Fair enough.
So Coswin, you just you decimate this thing, and just
whip past
you can see bits of flesh falling off and incinerating, and the room filling with smoke, and you're just sitting there like triumphant in victory. Artlox pushes you as Sir Hadrian aside, steps in front of him, like does one of those like flips with the javelin, and whoo, it turns, it just immediately transforms into lightning, and just cling. You see it like just thread the needle of a bunch of bones sitting on the opposite side of the room. It does do lightning damage to anything in a 10-foot radius as it goes past. So what was the damage, the lightning damage for the area damage? Okay, you see some of those sparks just kind of along the mummy, but it doesn't seem to have done too much, and Arlox is just left there blinking.
Yeah, I think it's resistant to lightning damage.
Oh yeah, I can remember that. But I'm gonna step back and.
All right, anybody else want to have a go at this?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to it calmly
Alright.
and.
All right, so you just walk right up to the thing as it's burning in front of you. That hits. He just walks right up to the thing, takes out his sword, and with a half-hearted swipe, just you see the mummy. He cleaves through the clavicle with ease, and you see the sword just right through onto the other side, and the mummy just slumps into two pieces on the ground, and you see the smoldering. And, as a lot of the wraps have burned away, you see the smoldering start to calm down. Arlox, you picking up that javelin?
Yeah.
Okay, you retrieve your javelin.
Gonna search the body for the
FYI,
head.
it had an AC of 11.
Oh! So I just missed it. Oh shit.
It had an AC 11 and only 58 hit points, and you did 50 fire damage on the first hit, so... Yeah, those
Oh,
motherfuckers...
Cosm's
has
getting
a headdress.
a bit OP.
But that Mummy's only a CR3 monster, and you're level 5, so.
Yeah, but when
That was a lot of
everything hits from Cosmo's Alpha Strike.
All right, hang on 1 second, guys. I gotta turn all the fans in my office. Sorry.
I didn't understand a word he just said.
Turning on the fans in his office because it's getting fucking hot.
Okay.
I think.
Pretty sure he wasn't turning it off because it was getting cold.
In Florida?
Stranger things have happened.
Touche. It is the place in the world where someone threw an alligator through a McDonald's drive-through.
Also, where we have the world's first zombie.
Wait, what?
The bath salt zombie.
Nope, don't know that.
All right, guys.
Really?
All right, where to next? Or
Does
what are
it
you
have
doing
the
next?
headdress? I'm gonna search it, see if it has a headdress.
All right, do an investigation check.
What's
If it
left
did,
of
it
it?
doesn't have it now.
You take the point of your sword, and it's mostly just it's like bone in a pile of ash at this point, and start sifting, lightly sifting through it, poking at it, and doesn't seem to have had anything material on it.
Searching the room, not only for the headdress, but just for valuables.
Okay, go ahead and search.
I just realized I could have re-rolled one of my die for my attack. Or for my damage.
Oh, you killed it, so
You didn't need to.
Yeah, I know. I'm just getting used to the
Mechanics.
things I can do.
Cosman,
Yeah.
you roughly start poking through the bones, and you find mostly just like long human bones, tibias and fibias and things like that, but you don't find anything of value in this room.
Should have gone
Right. Back up the hall.
Just
It was
See, every once in a
it was straight and left when he went.
You see Tybern every once in a while just go over to a pile of bones, blessing, and then move on. Like he goes to one of these rooms, and you hear him muttering under his breath, and then he comes back out.
Searching this room.
Okay. Just bone, nothing but bones.
It's the same with this room.
It's just stacks and stacks and stacks of probably thousands of individuals, if not more.
I don't want to get repetitive, but search this room.
Same thing.
Yeah.
We're money strapped right now. There's no such thing as repetitive. There's just thorough searching.
It's
for
like when you're
valuables.
playing an RPG. It's like when you're playing Diablo, and you're like, I gotta go kick every single one of these barrels to get the few coins out of it.
It's like in
What do you
Skyrim when
consider
you're
money strapped.
It's like the fabled Skyrim playthrough where you're low on gold, so you have to go through. You have to go through and actually take all the gold.
Chase
pieces
butterflies for their reagents.
You actually have to go into the urns and go like, okay, I'll take the gold piece. Jesus.
Are we missing someone? Oh, Perry. There we go.
All the Draugr are just like, okay, there's one in this hanging corpse. It's like the organ bags in Oblivion. It's just like, oh, there's some gold in this one.
All right. As you guys step
What's
forward,
the-
you notice what appears to be a statue standing in the middle of the hallway.
Stop it.
Stop.
God damn it!
Everyone's like, "Oh, against the wall!" There's
No,
statue.
me and Roach keep
Oh my.
standing on each other.
Gotta make sure we put a mature rating on this.
There wasn't one already?
Fuck! Now there is.
Where's the statue?
It is right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna search
What
this
happens
room.
if I blink? Does the statue move?
When you blink, you notice that the statue has turned around and is facing you. No, it's just sitting there.
Okay,
Enemy fire!
I'm gonna
What's it a statue of?
Well, hang on 1 second. Hadrian was doing something. Hadrian, what were you doing?
I'm just gonna search these bodies for that headdress.
Okay, go ahead.
Investigation, right?
Yep. These bodies seem to be a little bit older than the ones you initially saw, and you do manage to find a rather fine-looking, like, signet ring on one of the bodies.
I'm gonna tell Artlox and let him decide what he wants to do with it.
What's the
Okay.
signet ring of? Do I recognize the emblem?
You don't. Hang on a second. I got the notes on this written
Actually,
down.
wait, yeah. Well, here, can I do a history check on it?
Yeah.
Sure.
See if I recognize.
Sure.
If not, I've got someone who can identify it for me.
You don't recognize it.
Okay.
It's clearly like an old house sigil. Is it sigil or sigil?
I say sigil.
Sigil.
Vigil.
Sigil. Because I know anybody who watches this will be like, "You pronounced it wrong," because I don't. People get all butthurt about sigil.
Just
It seems
gotta
to be
start saying herbs.
an aquatic animal of some sort. You don't rightly recognize it. It is definitely a house symbol of some sort, but not one that you know.
I have an old book and a librarian that may be able to take a look at this later.
Okay, so and Perry asked about the statue. The statue appears to be a person.
I'll just give it back to Sir Hadrian, though.
It's a statue of a person,
Okay, I'll
about
take it then.
5.5 feet tall, carrying a satchel and a sword that's sheathed and not out and ready, just like casually. Remarkably lifelike. Very good statue.
Huh. Is it like on top of a pedestal? Or is it just stood like?
Just standing there, like mid stride.
Huh. Seems a bit
Oh.
odd, doesn't it? It's not on a pedestal or something.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no plinth.
This might just be someone that was turned to stone, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking.
Is that?
Like old stories.
What
Sit down
was
and
his
shine my
position?
shield.
Position again? Is he
the
running
guy-
or something?
No, he seems to just be like in mid normal, like walking stride.
Right. Gonna pull out my shield and my warhammer and then move forward.
Okay, everyone stay behind.
Let's be careful. Remember, I did sense evil. It might not just be the mummy here.
The mummy was definitely evil.
I've got my shield up as well. These just all more piles
Aye.
of bones.
Yep. The set in insets on the wall.
A peek around the corner. Ta-da.
You don't see anything.
Peek around the corner. Ta-da.
I'm lost.
Okay, so we can go north on that room.
From this point where you're standing, you can hear what sounds like kind of like scratchy footfalls and like sniffing. Like
Can I tell from which direction?
seems to be
'Cause
coming
it's
from seems to be coming from the north.
Okay.
Sniffing.
Yeah, like a dog sniffing for something, like looking for something.
There's a statue in here.
Hey,
There's a statue there.
Yeah.
You step up, Sir Hadrian, and you notice that in front of you there is a very large, ornate statue. This one is on a plinth, and it seems to be like a heroic warrior pose.
Right.
Any identifiable features about the warrior?
Pretty generic. There's
Right.
no symbols on it. There's not like any. It's a very. It looks like something that you'd buy. You know, if you went to like Walmart and went outside, not Walmart, but Lowe's and went outside, and there's all that outside patio stuff. Like you could find it next to a bird bath and some lawn chairs.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I search the tombs in here quickly?
Yes, you could do one roll for searching everything.
Investigation.
Investigation. All right, make a dex saving throw.
Cool. Saving throw dex.
As you step forward off the steps, the second your foot leaves the staircase and falls forward, a bolt of like magical energy seems to emanate from the chest of the statue. It blasts the statue apart as it goes off, and the stone goes shattering all across the walls, and you just see this kind of like dark green ray of energy shoot at you. You kind of see it in slow motion, and your eyes go wide, and you do one of these like right off to the side. And now I need Hadrian,
Lined
Coswin,
up.
and Harry to also make dexterity saving throws.
Ah. Alright. My dexterity shit. Oh no!
So Artlox like zooms off to the side. Same. Hadrian and Coswood both just duck out of the fucking way, and then Perry's just like standing there looking around and just
What's that?
and straight into the chest. You kind of like stumble backwards, and you take. Hang on a sec here. 2.
It's alright.
Looking for the right die here.
What's funny is I was thinking about doing.
Take
searching for
11
traps.
points of necrotic damage.
Oh, see, that's not bad.
Hadrian took 14 points of damage from falling.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. Borkvard took 26 points of fire damage for the last trap he hit.
And then every single one from then on missed.
Yeah, no, he took enough, but at our level
Well, he
at the
almost
time.
insta-died.
Yeah, he
Well,
almost
yeah,
insta-died from it.
I will admit I took enough damage in that to kill my level 1 character, but Roach was kind enough to go, all right, Ben's an idiot and doesn't really know what's going on here because he's never played this before. So we'll say it just knocked him out.
He had a
He was
horrible
a
scar.
kind GM that day.
Did Artlox find anything?
No. You searched.
He found a trap.
You found a trap, that's for certain. But you did not find anything on these.
What the hell are you guys up doing?
Wasn't my fault.
Preaching clear.
And with that, Hadrian, as you take a couple steps forward, you see what you know low to the ground. You see a lizard-like head start like sniffing, like poke around the corner,
Kobold?
and then you see it turn and it looks down at you, and you see these really. It's got thick like blue-gray skin. And really sharp, like really powerful looking teeth and jaws and spines that go all the way down the back of it. And you see a set of legs come forward, and then a second set, a third set, and a fourth set of legs. It's this centipede-like lizard steps around the corner. And now I do need everybody to roll on
Centipede-like
this,
lizard. That's
yes.
horrifying. It's like-
Okay, while that's going on, my guy is just kind of he's kind of knelt down at the moment, kind of doing that thing. You ever watch Family Guy when Peter like falls over? He's like, my guy's kind of just doing that like with his chest. He's kind of like going,
yeah, exactly.
That doesn't go. It's the 8080 in the Star Wars ones that when that does it, it gets me. On Hoth, is that
Let me just make sure.
+2. Okay.
All right.
If this lizard shoots lightning at me, I'm not going to be very happy. Don't know why. It just
All right. Did everybody? Oh, I need to do Tyburn.
it's got a Godzilla vibe.
Perry once again did not actually have his token selected when he clicked initiative.
oh
Well,
god
I'll
damn
fix
it!
I'll fix it.
What do you mean once again? That's like the first time I've done that.
Normally it's
No.
Tog. Normally it's Tog.
I don't
Harry's
remember
done it like
ever-
once before.
remember doing it for ages. So either it was like
Cyber-
ages ago. It's probably the
Very
first time I played
Initiative.
because I don't recall that.
And let's see. What did Perry roll? 19.
Yep.
All right. So.
No,
we're gonna-
19.
19. No, 19.
And 19. So Perry, what is your dexterity? What is the flat number for that?
Dexterity is 14.
14. Okay, so you're going to go first, Perry.
Okay.
That's
I can't actually see what's going on.
Ben, just to
You-
let you know, I have my shield and warhammer out.
Okay, you're prepared.
I'm going to
Yeah.
step one forward so I can see what's going on.
I've got my shield.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So what does this look like again? It's like a lizard.
It looks like a very large, like thickly armored lizard that's got 4 sets of legs. So it's got 4 legs on each side, propelling it forward. It's got a very large, powerful looking jaw and spiky spines that go down along its back.
Yeah, it's like Centipede
Okay.
Godzilla.
It's like a monster
1, 2,
from my
3, 4,
nightmares.
5.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm just going to run past them and
You just
Ah!
you just run
use-
past them.
gonna get out nudge and just smash it across the face. Hopefully.
Oh, just hitting it in the
where's
face.
nudge?
Okay.
Wail on it.
Ben.
That is a miss.
Well, go for your second attack.
So your first attack just comes down and you aim straight for its head, but it just glances off. It's thickly, its thick skull and really tough looking hide just glances off to the side.
Uppercut.
It's my second attack.
That one does hit.
Oh, you have second
That one
attack.
does it. Okay. I'm gonna use smite on this attack.
Okay, so that's another 2d8, I believe.
Second. Put that up. Alright, click that.
Okay. So you did 9 damage,
Um,
and then smite.
Yeah, actually damage is 2d8. So 2d8 was 8. 1.
Oh, nice. Very
It's
good.
not undead. It's not undead, is it?
No.
It could be an undead lizard. Okay.
That's 22 points of damage. And make sure it doesn't have any resistances. I'm ignoring. Okay. All right, so you do 22 points of damage with that second hit. So you aim a little bit more closely, like aiming right for the center of its head, and this time you get it straight in the center, and you can see that you kind of dazed it as that concussive force just like emanates through its body, and it reels back for a second on its legs, and then it just snarls at you again.
I just imagine him
You
coming
hit it.
down with the first one. It like clinks off, but then he goes bang, uppercut, hits in the underjaw armor, sort of.
Okay, so let's see here.
It's its turn.
All right, so it's just going to try to snap at you with its jaws. It rolled that'd be a 24. I think that hits.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes. Okay, so that's 9, 8,
Poop.
3. So it just clamps down on your arm, Perry, and you take 11 points of piercing damage as it just grabs you and starts like thrashing you around. That brings us to Sir. That was its whole turn, Sir Hadrian. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Who needs to make one?
Okay, nothing happens. It's your turn.
Right.
Go and
And
cleave.
then
All right, so you run up to the thing. You have advantage on these attacks. Oh, that's a fucking crit. So that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Woo! Yeah, that's what you just truck right up to the thing, slam your hammer down into its back, and it kind of reels back in pain again. It's already looking pretty rough. Artlocks, Constitution saving throw.
What? Okay.
Make a Constitution saving
shit.
throw. All right, Artlocks, you go to take a step forward and you realize your feet won't move. You look down and what you see is both of your feet in mid-motion have started to turn gray and look really rough-like, and you find yourself completely unable to move forward as you are completely stuck in your spot.
Okay, I'm gonna shout, "I'm turning to stone!" I'm gonna give...
For the sake of mechanics, you are suffering from the restrained.
Okay.
Strange creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
Has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit, my one good saving throw, other than charisma. And I am gonna use Bardic Inspiration on Parry.
Parry has inspiration.
That's a bonus action. Can I still shoot?
You can still shoot, but it's with disadvantage.
Despite the fact that there's two people inflicting advantage on the guy.
when you're shooting
Wait.
range.
Restrained only imposes advantage on people hitting him, not disadvantage on him trying to use ranged attacks.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. That is right off of the DM screen.
And I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
I
you
don't,
could even say we're in the way.
I don't want to say, agree.
And
or,
when
like,
you
take it away
you don't
from
get
us, but-
advantage for when you're firing ranged into melee.
Yeah, and he has to shoot between two people.
We've been through this before, and we decided that if you're shooting a range attack into melee attack, you don't suffer the advantage from that. But restrain does give you disadvantage on.
Well, I'll just end my turn then.
Cost one, Constitution saving throw.
All right, this is my best one.
You are a hardy son of. Oh, you're fucking fine. You look at Artlox, and he's a pussy compared to you.
Yeah, I'm right.
What the hell's wrong with you, dude? Okay.
The elf son of a bitch. All right.
I'm
All
a
right,
weak
so-
constitution.
Yeah, no shit. I'm going to do a magic missile, cast at 3rd level.
Go for it.
That's okay. Yes.
No.
That wouldn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Well, it says, yeah. So that's 9, 10, and there's 3, right?
Yeah, there's 3, so it's or hold on a second. Yeah. So that's 10 and 9. So yeah,
Wait, I'm.
9 is the original magic missile.
Oh, okay. I was looking at I was like
And-
higher level cast. Okay, so yeah, so you do 19 points of damage to this creature, and you see you just thread the needle between the two melee combatants, just boom, 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 straight into the thing, and it crumples to the ground in front of you. It is dead.
Am I still stoned?
Artlox, you feel the effects start to fade from your body slowly, and you are not restrained anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Right. Is there anything of worth on the body?
It's a creature. It doesn't carry armor. It doesn't carry
Right, I mean,
valuables.
I mean, do I have some knowledge of, its the scales or its teeth or its eyes have value?
Do you have any? Does anybody have anything that would lend them to know what this is, or
Does it have a loincloth?
Well,
I'm going to say you guys are going to have to
Artlox-
correctly identify the beast before I'll say if you know enough about it to harvest it.
Artlox has most likely
Can I do a history check?
might have
I-
heard of something close to this because of the fact that he is a bard, and this
They
thing
know
is
fucking
obviously a
everything.
great creature of danger, and there would be stories of people fighting things like this.
Was
So-
a sage, so I traveled a lot, so I could do a history check.
Also, I have nature.
Travels.
You're Roach. You're trained in nature.
I'm not trained in it, but I lived in the forest for a couple of years.
And Artlox, you want to try to identify it through some means?
Let me check the songbook. No.
I mean, I was just.
So just
asking.
keep
It's
in
not
mind,
important.
using I heard it in a song is going to make for a pretty high DC on identifying stuff.
Could I do a
is-
check?
You could do. Are you trained in history?
Well, no, because my guy was the sage, the one where he like traveled, around and stuff. So I think maybe from his travels, he might have heard about one or something, or even seen one.
I'll allow that. Artlox, you could try again, but you could try as well.
What check
Will I
do you
do
want from me,
history?
Ben?
You could do a history check as well.
I don't know.
I'm trained in history.
Artlox, you don't maybe necessarily know what it is on sight, but the effect that it had on you puts a pretty good idea of what it could possibly be in your head. You think it could possibly be a basilisk?
Oh God. I'm gonna say that I think it's a basilisk.
Well, as a trained magical practitioner, Would I know of any basilisk
Basilisk
components?
components that would be invaluable for?
Its digestive fluids are used in in like anti-petrification potions. It's used to cure people that have been petrified.
Like that.
It doesn't have
gentleman down
scales. It's more of like a leathery skin. So I mean, you could get basilisk leather out of it. Its teeth aren't necessarily that impressive. They're rough and stony looking, and its spines are more there for decoration than anything else. So if you wanted to, you could try to harvest like its like bile, like its digestive fluids, or its skin.
All right, we need its bile and its skin.
All right, who's going to be best at doing a harvesting check?
What does harvesting?
Depends on what the check is.
God damn it! Hang on, this hasn't come up yet. Let me see what this could possibly be.
Is it wearing a loincloth?
It is not wearing a loincloth.
Oh yeah, it's literally
Not,
the image of a
not got one of those in a while. Always chasing bad guys with no loincloths. What's the point?
Giants wear loincloths.
Apparently, new D&D books coming out.
Gonna have to go kill that giant for Perry. He's gonna start up a
Xander's
loincloth
Guide to
trading.
Everything book is coming out for D&D.
There's a what?
There's a new book for D&D coming out in a month or two.
Oh.
I'm going to say anybody who's trained in nature can make an attempt to harvest it.
My
Nature.
nature roll.
I'm not good at nature.
I'm not.
You say it's not if you're good. Do you have a pip in nature?
Do you have
I
a
have
train?
one. No, I know I'm not trained. No.
I'm not proficient, but I have training in everything because of my trait jack of all trades.
You can try with disadvantage.
Well,
Pretty cool skill.
Yeah, I've got at least a
Because
plus 2 to
nature
everything.
is an intelligence-based check, and I'm saying this is something that you're you're trying to harvest an animal's parts, which definitely seems to be an intelligence-based check.
who's the smartest in the party? What's your scores?
I'm trained in
12,
Arcana.
17.
Wow.
Actually, it would make sense for Sir Hadrian to do it because he's the most apt with a blade, and apparently the smartest.
So you can check, but because we're not trained in this, we're doing it with disadvantage. We'll do two checks. We'll do one for the skin and then one for its bile.
Can we assist in any way?
Check Tyburn's spell list, Ben.
His spell list. What are you looking for?
Yeah. Because he has spells that can impart bonuses to any skill rolls and things like that. And
Guidance.
If only I
Artlocks
had
can
that
give,
guidance ability.
You can cast guidance. It adds a 1d4 to an ability check.
what about bless?
He has bless. Bless
I
up to
mean-
3 creatures of your choice in range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll, that's attack roll
I
or
was gonna
saving.
say save like bless and stuff for
Guidance
combat.
is a cantrip,
Yeah,
so it's
give
not
him
going to
guidance.
cost him anything, and it could add
Sure.
to an ability check. So I'll say Tyburn goes up to you, Sir Hadrian. He just grasps your shoulder and casts guidance on you. You can add a 1d4 to one of the rolls.
Do you
Well,
want to
Okay.
it's a cantrip, so you can do it as many times as he wants.
Yeah, so we could just take them
So-
and Artlocks. You could also give bardic inspiration to Sir Hadrian.
Yeah, I only have a very
This is-
limited amount of uses for those.
This is money.
It's not that important. It's not that important. We'll just go with the guidance.
Wait. Before we try and get this thing's stomach fluid out, do we have a jar or anything to put it in?
That is smart.
I was
Nah.
just gonna go for the skin.
Give me a second.
When you guys came in, there were some like jugs and stuff.
Well, how big is this creature? Like, and how much are?
a medium-sized creature, so it might weigh like 200 pounds.
Well, okay, stomach bile is only going to be like.
Yeah.
You're going to be getting a mason jar's worth out of it. Even not even that. Alright,
There are
so
jugs. There are jugs, but they're like a hogshead sized. at the end of
Cosman
it.
takes out his oil flask and I don't know. I go off to the corner and I pop the cork on the oil flask and just dump it in the corner.
I got
So you just
perfume
empty
that
bottle
out.
I can have.
Okay,
And now we
so-
have a full oil flask worth of storage space.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, we know it's secure because it's a non-reactive substance that it holds alchemist fire. For God's sakes, here you go.
So the
Okay.
first check is going to be for skinning it. So roll a nature check with disadvantage, and then add a 1d4 to that.
Could I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
If I'm trained in Arcana, does that mean I can see if magical items are what they have?
No.
You-
well,
Not really. That's more for like sussing out magical traps or if an item is magical.
I
Actually
didn't realize I was trained in Arcana.
Yeah, actually figuring out what an item is requires an identify spell. So it needs someone who can cast the spell identify or a scroll that is the spell identify. So if you want to figure out, it's like I gave it to you before when you found out when we picked up Nudge because you literally rolled a crit
Yeah.
on that. All right, so you start skinning the basilisk, and you have a little bit of a trouble around around the spines along the back and along all of its feet. It gets a little bit rough, but you do manage to get like a couple, like 6 square feet of raw basilisk skin off of it. It's rough around the edges and kind of cut up a little bit, but you do get a little bit of it.
Right.
You
okay.
you could definitely take that to an armorer or something, or at least to a tannery first, and have it turned into proper leather, and then maybe made into a piece of leather armor, or it could be sold.
Okay.
And now we're going to do another one for retrieving the bile. D4. Okay, another 12. So you carve into the beast, slice open its abdomen, and just go, like elbow deep into its entrails. You're fishing around in there for a second, looking for you're more like okay, this is connected to that, which is connected to that. You don't know exactly what you're looking for, but you do manage to find what you need. Cutting it out is a little bit of a problem, and a lot of the liquid spills out into the cavity. But you do grab the vial from Coswin, and you pour what's left into there, and it just kind of like fills up a little bit of the bottom. You've got a few ounces.
Okay. Gotta hand that back to Coswin.
So guys, when you're
carrying it.
harvesting beasts like that, unless you fail really hard, you're probably going to get something. The degree to which you succeed will dictate how much stuff you have.
Yeah,
Just so you know how I'm working with this.
I did it.
Yeah,
with-
Okay.
It's like how
I
I
ain't
went
carrying
with
it.
the
Give it to
snail.
Artlocks.
All right,
Gonna
guys.
Hand it to
Plan.
Artlock.
Artlocks, you're now carrying the skin and the bile bottle, and wherever you want to put that.
The bile bottle.
Okay, I'm just gonna tie like the skin up into like a tube,
Mm-hmm.
and just harness it on top of my pack, and I'll put the
It's not
vial
going
in the bag.
not going into the bag.
No, because I've got a backpack and then the bag. I'm
Okay.
gonna put that one in the bag.
So it's like a bedroll on top of
Yeah.
you. So you just got this this gross seeping basilisk skin dripping down along your shoulders.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation as well to dry it.
Oh, okay.
Left or right?
Dries out. Gets a little bit of that basilisk blood off of your clothing.
Left or right?
Left seems to lead down a set of stairs.
So right. Artlock.
Sorry, I was typing, writing. Fucking hell.
So you want to go
Ben,
right?
Yeah.
We'll check right.
Could I check these bodies next to me? Is there anything on them?
You could check them. Roll an investigation check. Okay. You find a couple pieces of jewelry. They seem ordinary, but they're made out of gold and and precious gemstones.
I'm going to take them.
Okay, so you have assorted jewelry worth about 150.
150 gold. Okay.
Don't write down you have 150 gold. You have jewelry that much.
Jewels worth
All
that
right.
much.
back in the dumpster shine.
Oh, I keep forgetting to move Tyburn. All right. Zoom! Tyburn moves around.
Oh, way! Oh, shit. Ah. Pan.
Where do you want to go?
Down. Be careful, remember there were traps before.
You see
locks.
more bones, more sarcophaguses
I'm in the back
with
now.
exposed bodies. These ones seem to be even older than before.
Gonna check these, this room here.
Go ahead.
Could Tyburn come forward just so he can bring a light?
By the way, Ben, it's been 10 minutes, so Parry loses Bardic Inspiration.
Coswin, you find on one of the bodies a small pouch filled with coins. It carries 120 gold.
I'm going to look for traps and then investigate these bodies up on this raised platform.
Okay. So
For the traps,
you don't see anything. You don't see anything peculiar.
Oh, I'm getting a
You
good
do
sum of gold. Good nest egg.
You
and
you do see what seems to be a little pile of glistening gold sitting on the far side of one of the caskets, though.
right, and then investigate
Oh, God,
bodies
that's
and the
trap.
gold.
All right, so you look at the. There seems to be a a rough pile. Looks like maybe it's spilled out of a chest or a sack or something like that. Gold, and you see a couple gems in there as well.
And then the
Seems
bodies.
fine.
You want me to roll an investigation for the bodies? Looking at the bodies?
Nope, bodies are just bodies.
Okay. I'm gonna let the other people know there's gold and gemstones.
You hear Hadrian's voice echoing, "Gold! Gold!"
Okay, I'm gonna unsheath my rapier.
Mhm.
Sort of poke the pile.
You see the gold coins just kind of a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the valuables.
Just gonna shovel them all into the bag of holding again.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so you guys see Artlocks just kind of like move his way past the caskets, poke the pile, and he just starts shoveling it all into the bag.
How much was there?
There was 1,200 gold sitting in that pile.
Okay. I've got a page on today's adventures. And the reward. Okay, shall we continue?
Search for, investigate this room.
Okay.
Bones, 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 bones.
Bones. Bones, bones, bones.
Ooh, I'm gonna investigate this. Ben.
Okay. Are you
I'm just waiting for the day a mimic
are you
appears.
investigating? Are you using investigate
Traps.
or
Traps.
I'm gonna investigate around first. I'm not gonna. Okay, what's the word I'm wanting to use? I'm wanting to check around this before I touch it.
okay?
So what do I roll for that?
Perception. If you're just using your senses, perception. If you're actually touching it, investigation. Looks fine. Looks like a big chest. Ornate.
I'm gonna double check that.
Right.
Looks like a big ornate chest.
Right. I'm going to investigate it then. I found it.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, Coswin, you reach forward and you open up the chest, and what you immediately notice is that there are teeth on the inside, and the chest opens up and just boom grabs you,
Shield.
Let's see.
I was gonna say, wait for the day we get sprung with a mimic.
You are grappled by it right now.
But he has to make an attack roll to
Nope.
do so.
No, he does not. A mimic adheres to anything that touches it. A huge or smaller creature adhered to the mimic is also grappled.
Give me a second. Yeah, I said I cast shield, which forms an invisible barrier around me and
Nope.
protects me.
He's not rolling to hit you.
No, it's not a
You're
roll
touching
though. I know. I'm saying that's what the spell says.
You touched it, and you were immediately grappled.
It's a reaction though. There's no time to cast. That's what I'm saying.
That's how I'm playing it. I'm reading it. That's how I'm playing it. You grappled by the mimic because you touched it, and that happened. You didn't have time to react to anything like that.
No, it's not.
gonna be
That's
effective.
Ben. A shield is an instant reaction. There's no time to cast. That's the point.
It's not going to prevent you from being grappled by it, though, because you're already touching the thing. And shield adds 8-2 to your AC. It's not rolling to hit. That's how I'm playing this.
So let me
don't
just
cast shield. I don't cast shield then because
That's fine.
I don't know what a mimic is. So what am I seeing? What
mimic
is my guy?
is a shape-shifting creature that often pretends to be objects to lure people or travelers into its.
I'm seeing a chest grab his
saw
hand.
a chest grab him and try to eat him.
Okay. I'm gonna run. I guess we run up to hit it. Yeah.
No, you don't. Cosmin says, "Back off." Everyone back off 20 feet.
What do I do?
He's gonna immolate it. Find cover.
God.
Tybert.
He said 20 feet.
I'm giving them a 6 count.
That's fine. That's fine.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Now.
Tyburn would move.
Ben, did you move Tybert?
Oh, shit.
Ivan just dies.
Tiber immolates.
All right, did he?
Yep,
I heard everybody. Okay, and that's a DC 15 Dex check. And since he is grappled to me and I am grappled to him, we both get disadvantage on those. I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit.
Alrighty, so DC. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. He rolled a 2. So, yeah, it's definitely taken all that damage.
I rolled a 4, so I took all the damage as well.
Oh, God. So you see this thing, you touch the thing, and your hand is immediately...
Actually, hold on a second. I test Tides of Chaos on the saving check, which means I get a 21. Because Tides of Chaos gives me advantage on any check.
Okay, so
attacks.
Oh god.
roll for Tides of Chaos before we do damage. So we
There's
see
no
what's-
Tides of Chaos.
Oh, I thought you just said that.
No, it's not a roll, though. It's
No,
Tides
it
of
would've
Chaos.
been on the spell though.
No, because he.
Tides of Chaos, as it is written in the book. Tides of Chaos. Let me get to the page. Tides of Chaos. Boop, boop, boop. I'm on the Paladin for some reason. Tides of Chaos. Tides of Chaos. Starting at first level, you can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Okay.
Right.
So I have now. I just
so
rolled
you're
21.
you're casting it on the saving throw.
Yeah, I'm casting it on saving
okay,
throw, not the
right.
attack roll.
Good.
So
All right, so you avoid half the damage on that?
I roll half. I avoid half, so I only take
All right, and it
15.
was 30 points of damage, so just this huge explosion in this tiny little space. I'm going to say, considering it's so confined here, this explosion is going to blast you away from it into the back of the wall there. You hear it kind of like screech in pain for a second, and then the lid just shuts again, and it just sits there looking like a chest.
All right, somebody come down here, hit that.
Do you want to come up here and get healed?
I'm all right.
Okay.
That's
So
not even half.
just
that's
hit
not
the
even
thing,
half.
huh?
Well, actually, I wouldn't necessarily hit that thing. I'd actually recommend somebody that's a distance, somebody from a distance to hit it, because Is that those are mimics? Not a good thing.
Like,
Harlock seems so fucking happy too when it's a mimic. Woo!
so use something
I've
like Witch
always wanted to see
Bolt
one.
or
I just realized I just jihaded that thing.
Yeah.
Burning
That's why I shouted out Ulu Akbar.
Hand.
Okay, can I crossbow it from where I'm standing?
Sure. Yeah, you can see the corner of it.
Yeah.
You still got to roll to hit. Oh yeah, that hits. Okay, so you just see the arrow just like sink into it, and it looks like you just shot a piece of wood, but you know it's a mimic. You just see the arrow sink in, like you thought the arrow, look if it was a piece of wood, you'd think the arrow would just go thunk, but it kind of like sunk into it, so you just see like the back of the arrow hanging out.
Coswin, do mimics understand language?
Ben, do I know if mimics know language?
I don't think they do.
Damn.
I'm gonna say because this is a creature. I'm gonna say no.
Let's go try and offend.
Probably
it to
not.
death.
It's a monstrosity as the creature type. So yeah, no.
Well, I mean, Donald Trump can understand language.
Oh!
I'll
Zing.
I'll shoot it again, I guess.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
Pepper the
What are you
bastard.
gonna say to it? Come out with your hinge up.
Come out with your lid up.
All right, you just see the arrow just boom, sink into it again.
Do they turn to normal chests when they die? Like,
Actually, let me look that up. Let me see what they do because they can shapeshift into other things.
I know. I just want to hit it in like the shape-shifting gland, and it just like improbability drives.
It's a shape-shifting gland.
just randomly.
Turns
Like
into a boggart.
It just turns. No, it should be like the infinite improbability drive in Hitchhikers. It just turns. Oh, it's made of wool.
Yeah, no, this does not. It doesn't speak any languages.
We should learn to. Educated.
It doesn't specifically say. So on that last hit, I'm gonna say it just start. You see the chest like start to like melt and turn into this just like purple ooze.
I think I got
That's
it.
dealt with.
Can
So is
I?
it dead?
It's dead.
Can I try and retrieve my bolts?
You could try.
Killed it.
Sure. You could go sifting through the goop,
I think I'm gonna use my rapier to like sort of
like
move it
poke through it.
Yeah.
You find both your bolts. They seem to be coated in like this thick purple goop,
Mimic jelly.
mimic jelly.
Is it useful?
Could be.
Who did the checks last time to work out if we could use this in any way?
I did.
It's
I
okay.
could
No.
use it.
Oh, wait, I have a question.
Are mimic? Is the ooze of a mimic used in spells and potions in any way?
Let me remember.
I was gonna say,
You could do checks. Sir Hadrian, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, I was, like I actually have a really good education, being of noble birth and all that. I was just wondering if I ever learned anything about it, either in school or when I was learning my magic.
Your magic is pretty mundane, is pretty remedial, and being in a society that highly censors magical use, it wouldn't be some various degrees of magical creatures wouldn't be something that
They
would
didn't
be
teach
taught
defense against-
in primary school.
I didn't teach defense against the dark
Okay.
arts where you went.
Yeah, you didn't take the elective defense against the dark arts.
Neither
or
did
magical
Hogwarts
creatures.
for the most part.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, I rolled a 10 on the Arcana.
Could be. You
I
know,
don't remember.
it has like mimic properties, so you could always gather some up and see if someone wants to buy some mimic jelly.
Mimic
We had this turbaned guy for that year in that class. I didn't really teach a lot.
Is there
Stuttered a
Is there
lot.
any pots or anything in this room?
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
Let's art locks.
I mean, you can.
Let's just leave.
I mean,
it.
if you could say if you want that you go back, without actually having to go maze, go back to the beginning, grab one of those big mason jugs, like masonry jugs, from the offerings, and bring it back and try to scoop some jelly into it. Probably be pretty heavy.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm good. Let's just go.
Okay.
We've got a lot more to explore.
He's not that strapped for cash.
Oh, he is though. He
Well,
is.
Well, he is. Costwood is just like, hey, 120
But-
gold. I'm doing good today. And Artlox is like,
But
oh
that's-
god,
that's
I'm in so much debt.
That's 120 on top of the money I already had, so I have 444 gold pieces in my.
Yeah,
pocket
I have
right now.
no idea how much gold you guys personally carry with you.
Yeah, I've got almost 1,000 gold plus a platinum piece inside of on my person.
I'm gonna search.
Was that the one you stole from the pool? Like when you
That's
guys
the
were
one
first
I
going
took
through it, you were
as
like,
finder's fee. That was the first one we picked up. the one
Ben,
that found the damn.
Yeah.
I'd like to perception these 2 rooms for traps and then
Okay.
investigate them.
do a perception and an investigation for me. Seems okay. You don't see anything peculiar.
Where are we?
On investigation, they're up this way.
Oh, okay, I found them.
On the investigation, you notice that one of the bodies, while very, very desiccated, does seem to be wearing a fine set of armor.
What kind of armor?
It's not full plate; seems to be half plate.
Ooh.
And there is a there is a cart, in filigree on the front of it. There's a picture of a charging goat.
Charging goat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From the famous Goat Knight.
It's Hadrian. What armor do you have?
I have splint, so either way, I would have 17 AC.
I wouldn't mind some half plate. I did want to buy half plate before.
You did.
Yeah, yo,
So you're gonna loot this corpse?
it's all yours. Considering we are in a tomb,
We're past
See-
the point of caring about desecration. We've stolen 200 gold pieces.
It's the first thing we did when we got here was find
So, like Artlox, you saw gold on the ground and you like crawled over some caskets and was
I'm
just
not
like,
saying.
shove it in there.
Nobody wanted
I'm
it.
against desecration.
My guys think the greater good. That's what he thinks about.
But
He's
I was
like, okay,
thinking more,
I can use this.
Well, he's not
there
using
should be
it.
something wrong with it.
So are you picking up
It
the
could be
here, you grab it.
cursed.
Okay, well, can I check for any sort of like,
Arcana it.
can I check if there's any magical residence on it?
You can do an Arcana check to see if it has magical property. You definitely get a sense due to the fact that you're in a very old section of the tomb and the armor seems to be pristine and free of any like rust or decay or anything like that. That it's probably got some magical properties to it. And what is it with you guys rolling the exact same number on checks constantly? Happens all the time.
Ben, did
Yeah.
anyone check these 2 rooms here on the far side?
We haven't gotten that far
Hadrian
yet.
was searching. I just had him do one check for that whole like wing bait.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick up the half plate.
Okay, so you grab the half plate and you just kind of like shake the bones out of it. They clatter down.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be that like. I'm gonna be quite careful in doing
Get
it.
out of my armor!
Okay, so you're gonna carefully remove the bones from the set of armor. Pretty heavy. You can just carrying it. It's very heavy. When you're wearing it and the weight's evenly distributed, it's not that bad. But carrying it is kind of rough. Did you want to?
Can I investigate for like, any marks or anything on it?
Is it good?
Well, there was already an investigation check run on it.
Okay.
It's got that like in filigree, a picture of a charging goat or ram on the front of it, but that's the only marking.
That symbol, like, does that mean anything to me? Like a house or something, or?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on.
You're gonna put it on?
See if it
Okay.
fits.
Just
So,
remember, you get disadvantage on your stealth rolls.
So
I'm
you
not
put up-
really a stealthy guy, to be honest.
It seems to fit pretty well, and you definitely get like for the sake. Let me see here. I have it in a handout, but it hasn't been identified yet. So let me just check the information.
Half plate.
It is half plate. So let's see.
So that's going to be 15 plus your dex mod up to 2 extra AC.
So I'm sure that should bring his AC up to 17, I believe.
Yeah, if he
Okay.
has a +2 on his dex.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. That's increased to OC16.
So it hasn't been identified yet, so you don't know what it does, but
it does something.
Good luck with that.
We'll find
it's
out.
It's really nice half plate. He looks dashing in it.
What color is it?
He looks dead.
It just looks like steel. It's
What
just
color's
finely
the goat?
polished. But it's not colored at all. It's just filaried into it, like it was chiseled in there with like a really fine, like
I
chisel.
feel like this suits me. Charging
Looks
go.
good.
Maybe you'll get a bonus when you charge things.
I can eat. Oh, now I can eat anything.
Cool, because
Right.
That's the
now,
that's the
Down the stairs,
special
right?
power.
yeah, I guess we head towards those steps.
Never like steps.
Okay, hang on 1 second. We gotta change
We're in
maps
a
here.
right band.
All right, so we're just gonna.
Oh wait, Ben. On the
What?
on the way there, has anyone checked these bodies up here in this little
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
room?
Yeah,
Someone
Perry
checked
did.
Okay.
Yeah, he just took some jewels out from some rings off their fingers, some stuff around their neck. All right, we're going to the next section. So you guys head down a flight of stairs. Maybe you think maybe the steps go down into the ground about 30 feet, and you find yourself standing in a hallway. There is
Hey,
a
Lady
set-
Rebecca.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Oh, she's gone.
Is she dead now?
Hallucinations.
There is a set of fine wooden doors in front of you.
Any engravings on the door?
Did we cast
It's
light?
they're reinforced. Oh shit! Yeah, because this is a new instance. I got to redo that. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I can see.
Oh yeah. Well, fuck you,
Well,
Mr. Elf.
Fuck you.
Half elf.
Elf, half
It counts. Your eyes are
way.
elf.
Yeah, mudblood.
Wow, that sounded really racist.
Elven, I'm gonna say one.
Like
and the
more
same.
so than I anticipated.
Half elf, full elf, one and the same.
Ooh,
Okay.
speak my tongue.
Do you guys mind taking a quick bio break?
Yeah, no,
That's fine with me.
Sure.
So I just got to run to the restroom.
Now, a word from our sponsors. I don't want to set the world on fire. I do the flame in your heart. Beyond desire. You and me, but mostly me, are gonna change the world forever. 'Cause I can do almost anything, and I can stand next to you and watch. Every hero needs a sidekick. Every captain needs a maid. Every dinner needs a side dish on a slightly smaller plate. Oh, seeing eye to eye, it's so great we can agree. 'Cause Heavenly Father has chosen you and me, but mostly me.
Perry, I hate to interrupt your amazing singing.
Incredible, I'll do something incredible. I wanna be the Mormon who changed all of mankind.
Are you singing
I-
songs from Book of Mormon?
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt your singing, but I was looking at Midge's chat and on his stream, and Are you supposed to do force damage with Nudge?
Nudge does force damage, yes, and can push back if Harry wants it to.
I was just wondering if he has that added into the damage
I
he deals
believe
when
Yeah.
he
hits the
does.
thing.
I think because we fixed that last time, didn't we? Because there was like a thing where we said it wasn't working.
I was just wondering because
So we changed
people
it.
in his midget chat are saying Ben always forgets to add the force damage of Nudge.
Nudge. That's in there. It's rolled on there.
No, I wasn't
That's
paying
fine.
attention to when he did his damage.
I wanna be the moment who changes all mankind, my best friend. Something I foresee. Now that I'm 19, I'll do something incredible that blows God's freaking mind.
I love that everybody has taken to Nudge pretty well. Like, yeah, Nudge, it's fine. It's
Come on,
Nudge.
It's not really that great.
Well, you got it. It was a low-level weapon, so
Yeah,
you got it at like level 2. So I couldn't give you something super powerful.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's good. It's good to begin with, but I mean, like, it's a nice little weapon to start with. I think because it's not too powerful, and the ability could be good or bad depending on the situation. A lot of time we've not been in a situation where it could be useful. Like, obviously, if we're over a cliff or something, that'd be perfect.
Well, like you could use it.
Hilarious.
You can use Nudge and Nudge's force damage in utilitarian situations, like if you needed to break down, if you're trying to break down a door or something, hitting it with Nudge and adding, and having that force damage would be better at breaking like a door down really quickly than
I
just
did.
trying to
Didn't I do that once? Didn't I nudge
I think
something
you did.
before? I remember using it on something inanimate.
I think you did. Sounds about right.
I've
Damn
actually
my
that
code.
song I've actually redone for Game of Thrones for Jon Snow and Samwell Tarly. The lyrics to fit them.
You did?
Yeah, I wish I could animate. If I could animate, I would actually release it. It would be good. You can change it to something like every knight needs a squire. Every Lord Commander needs a steward. Every Ramsay Bolton needs a reek who might be castrated. That sort of thing.
Nice. I've
Spoiler
given up
story.
so much money in the last 20 minutes.
You've given up so much money.
Yeah, I could have had that whole pile of coins to myself. I could have had magical armor. I could have had coins somewhere else.
Gold.
I thought
But
it was
I-
pretty funny that you were like, "Hey, there's gold over here." Losh was like crawling over bodies to get to it.
Hey, there's gold here. Does anyone? I don't want it.
It's just part of my code.
I get people check out my videos all the time. I just got another one. Just go, "Hey, can you come over here and check out my channel?" And normally, nine times out of 10, I just ignore it. But this time, I'm like, I'm just sitting here waiting for people to come back. So why don't I check out this guy's video? And it's Hearts of Iron 4 gameplay with no commentary. And it's just like, circling Hearts of Iron 4. This is what... Did you see the cursor going like this for a minute? It's Hearts of Iron 4.
Don't you just love that?
My wife just texted me, is anybody dead yet? Not yet.
Wait,
Wow.
does that mean we should be she's
I
expecting
was
us
gonna
to
say
die?
She likes it.
Want us dead? Like, is that what
She likes it. She likes it like when you guys are on the brink of death and like when I'm fucking around with you. She loves that stuff.
I'm actually surprised I've not died yet.
Ben,
like when
I hate to break it to you,
Elric
but you're
died,
married to a
she was
sadist.
like, "Yes, that was so cool." I was like, "That was a death."
Actually, when you think in that battle, we almost all died.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a couple of moments where we almost got overrun and all on the ground. I think wasn't there at one point only 2 of us stood up. I think it was.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's me,
honestly
Elric,
think
and
what
Coswin.
prevented a total party kill in that scenario was on Tyburn's last death saving throw because he failed and then he failed, but then he rolled a natural 20 on his last one, so he immediately went back into rotation, and brought everybody else back up.
Yeah.
Lucky that we had that fire actually.
Oh yeah, that between. I mean, if you guys went down there, just like we're just gonna fucking attack this guy with no plan, you probably all would have just gotten overwhelmed by those things because there was like 60 of them, and just mauled to death. But because of the fire plan, the ring of fire, I think only about 8 got through. So you only had to fight a small segment of those guys and Who's-Its from off in the distance.
Who's
Right, should we continue?
it?
Yeah, I'm good. All right, so you guys are in this hallway, and there is a set of reinforced wooden doors in front of you.
Yeah, are there any inscriptions on the doors, carvings on the doors?
There's no markings. That seems to be locked.
You guys want to just like peek through the door?
Perception. Make sure it's not trapped or anything.
Okay, that's fine.
Someone arcana it in case there's a glyph of warding.
You don't notice. It just seems to be an ordinary set of doors. It's locked, but it seems ordinary.
Arcana check.
Okay. Harry leads up to the door and goes, "It's clear, guys!" And then Costwin goes up to the door and goes, "It's clear, guys."
That was right. I'm good at this.
Who trusts who more?
No, neither of you notice anything magical.
We peek through.
There's not really there's not like a keyhole you guys can see through, and it seems to be fitted perfectly, like pretty perfectly to match up with each other. So there's not a gap.
So I couldn't pick.
Can I try and push it?
When you push it, they give just a little bit and then just snap right back.
Alright.
There's no
Can I
way
use nudge?
pick it
You
open.
can use nudge.
Sesame.
You can use nudge.
I'm gonna stand
How
there.
do? Did I just click nudge?
Just roll for an attack. I mean, a door is not hard to hit, but you still need to roll an attack. But yeah, so you manage you slam nudge, like you aim straight for the center. You hit a little off center from where you were aiming, but go ahead and roll damage.
8 damage. Woo.
All right, so you see, as soon as nudge impacts the left-hand door, you can see that it leaves a big indentation in it, and then there's that, just a fraction of a second later, there's that force damage that kind of flows outward from the impact point, and it blasts the left-hand door completely open, and boom, you guys can see on through. So the right-hand door stood pretty still, but the left-hand door just blasted open. On the other side, you can see a series of statues set into indents in the walls. They all seem to be similar to the one that you saw before. Generic, very heroic, very beautiful faces.
Okay, check for traps, guys.
Oh, fucking Tyburn.
Nope. It's clear.
Adrian
There's no
doesn't notice
traps.
anything.
Do I notice anything?
Nope.
Well.
Right, there's a disturbed sarcophagus
Tyburn, get up
down
behind
here.
me. I can't see forward of me.
There's a disturbed sarcophagus over here. The lid's bashed off.
There's a couple.
Okay.
There's a couple.
So on the left-hand side, you guys can see lots of spider webs along the corridors, and every once in a while you see small, like hand-sized spiders just like skittering away from you.
Right.
A lot of spiders.
I lost the map. Oh, there it is.
I have a really strange question.
Yeah.
Can I perception if these tombs were open from the outside or the inside?
You can check that. That would be something you'd be able to check. Roll a perception check for the room. They look like they've been slid off and then, as they got to that pivot point and fell over, they just shattered when they hit the...
Right. I'm good. I'd like to investigate them.
Okay.
See what there is.
Bodies are much older than the ones you saw on above ground level. They have mostly been rotted away to very delicate-looking skeletons.
Nothing.
One of them has a death mask. It's a metal mask laid over the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Got the appearance of the deceased's face on it still.
Gonna point that out and let others do with it what they will.
I still have that necromancer mask that I have.
It's a little on the broken side, but yeah.
Can I check the death mask out? Can I, visually, not
Alright,
touch
well-
it?
Don't touch.
It doesn't look like an individual you recognize, and it's made out of metal.
Metal. What metal?
It's shiny.
Shiny metal.
Silver. It's got a silvery, shiny, silvery appearance to
Can
it.
I Arcana check it?
Sure, you can.
It's a mask.
It's a mask.
I'm just gonna leave it.
It's there. It's there. It's a mask.
You
It's
can
physical.
keep it.
You leaving it?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Okay, Tyburn. As you guys walk around, you see increasing numbers of spiders skittering away from you guys.
No.
God, I hate spider.
It's too bad. Who was it in my campaign that was really scared of spiders? And I had a really great session. with spiders.
What's to my left?
Wasn't Borkvard afraid of spiders?
Borkvard was afraid of fire because
Fire.
of that time that he died because he was exposed to too much of it. There is another door in front of you here. This one seems to be made out of a dark stone.
Like a slate, or
Yeah, like that.
okay.
Shall we
You
open
want
it?
to go through it?
Any carvings?
It's plain.
Want to go through it?
Yeah.
Nudge can handle any door.
Investigate first.
Hang on.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna perception it.
For traps.
These also these statues behind us. Are they like the previous ones upstairs where they've not got plinth?
Yes, they are extremely lifelike. They're all in very fine-looking action poses, like swinging a sword or drawing a bow or casting a spell or something like
Good,
that.
we've
Very, very, very realistic and very very beautiful.
So someone's collecting these basilisk statues. down
Right.
here.
So are we gonna go through the door or not?
Midge, don't worry. All we need is the sorting hat to be brought to us on a phoenix.
You
And we
guys
can get
can
the sword
see
of
as you guys start investigating
I'm
this
a
area.
Hufflepuff.
You see even more of these spiders. They just skitter around you, and then they turn left and go through underneath a set of double doors.
Is there a Harry Potter D&D?
So there's
Which
a
doors do you
there's a
want?
set of
Which door
double
do you want to go
doors.
through?
There's a set of double doors right there. They all went under those ones.
You want to go through that door or the door behind us?
Should we check out the double door first? Where the spiders went? Follow the spiders.
Wait, are we really Harry Pottering this?
Follow the
That
spiders.
doesn't sound like
I'm
a
sorry
good
I brought this up. I've been rewatching all the movies this week, so
No,
It's just
follow
like-
the spiders. That does not sound like it's going to end well.
I say we go through the black. We go through the black death door.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Right, can
Did-
I perceive
did,
if there's a way to
well-
open
well-
this door?
I perceptioned it once. Ben just got distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
is
no
that
worries.
17? It's
Yeah.
it seems to be an ordinary stone. It looks really heavy.
okay.
I could use
Arcana
nudge.
check.
Holy shit.
It is not magical in any way.
All right, guys. I'm 100% sure there is not a glyph of warding on here, so you should open it right now.
Nudge it.
Breach and clear!
Okay.
Flashbang.
Flashbang out.
The whole party's gone down here.
Wait,
I open
Perry,
it?
how are you gonna open it from down there?
Can
Apparently you're just gonna
I just
smash
push it?
Yeah, it opens.
Okay.
It wasn't locked.
Open.
Hang on a second, let me get the site for you.
Oh,
Good breach. Good breach.
I'm about to say, if you guys want to hit this thing, it's perfectly fine, but I mean, it's
Just open it.
Oh wow, there is a Harry Potter tabletop RPG.
Is there? Cool.
Of course it
course
is.
there is.
hang on 1 second, guys, because I'm having trouble grabbing this site blocker. So I need to put you somewhere else so you don't see the whole map.
What's it based off of?
I have no idea.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I meant like what the mechanics like.
I like
Oh,
it.
yeah, like
Its
you get
actual
house.
name is Harry Potter and the Tabletop RPG. It's its actual name.
That's what it's called.
God
Yeah.
damn.
What the fuck? Let me grab you.
I'm gonna call my character Harmony Ron Snape. All the characters. Some sort of weird fan fiction.
Okay, for some reason
Oh.
I cannot. Oh
That
wait!
reminds
Oh,
me.
I had it for a second. Oh shit! I lost it.
That's because you just said you watched them. In China, there's a big thing with a lot of girls in China. I think it's just an Asian thing, like a China-Japan thing. There's a lot of thing with a lot of girls. They like to put like two males together in relationships. Like, a lot of girls
That's an
here.
internet thing.
Are you talking about like Stalin and Hitler?
Oh god.
This is not on
I
the
mean, that's
internet.
been around. I remember that's been around for a long time because there was a big deal
Yeah.
with the Stargate SG-1 fandom called Jack. What was it? Jack. Was it,
Back.
it was Slash. It was oh god, what was it called? It was
Wasn't it like Tequila O'Neill or something?
it was Daniel Jack Slash or whatever. It was Daniel Jackson and
But you normally
Oh,
see that on the internet, but here people will talk about it in public and say, yeah, I want that. Like a lot of people here will be like Twilight, they'll say, oh, I wish they just forgot about the girl and just the werewolf and the vampire got together. And so with Harry Potter, well, this girl asked me when I first got to China, she was like, oh, you watch Harry Potter? I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, who do you think Harry Potter should have got with? And I was like, well, I think I was fine with Granger. I guess a lot of people wanted him to get Harmony, maybe. And then she was like, oh, no.
Weasley, you mean?
The best choice for him would have been Snape.
Oh.
Oh. That's like that's
What?
that's a whole other level.
that's
That's
what
like
is she
ancient
doing?
Greece. Like
Come on, we all know he should have gone with McGonagall. That's.
And then,
Oh
and then I
my.
think she was, like Snape and Dumbledore would have been a great partners as well.
Oh, if you guys like just as a thing, because I'm not actually watching the films themselves, I'm watching the riff tracks of the films with the films. If you want to watch some great Harry Potter, or if you want to rewatch the things, get the riff tracks of all the movies and rewatch it all. It's fucking hilarious. I love it.
Thank-
Like,
Can I investigate this room?
Yes. You can roll an investigation check on the room. All right. So this room is filled with 4 sarcophaguses. All of them seem to have been caved in on one side forcefully, like they couldn't get them open, so they just someone smashed the ends of them off and pulled out a bunch of the bones and started just sifting through them. Inside, like on the inside, you can see like every once in a while the light glinting off something left on the inside of some of them. Does anybody want to crawl inside of the sarcophagus and just push the bones out of the way?
Yeah, go for it. I'm that desperate.
Okay, so Artlogs,
I want you to take a second, Midge, and realize that you've resorted to grave robbing.
It's the
You
first
did
thing
too.
we did when we got in this land. I've still got the shield to prove it.
You did.
No, you
did
don't,
the same
though.
thing.
Or did you get it back?
I've had
He
the
did get
shield
the
back
shield
from
back.
him.
Oh, okay. Nobody mentioned that. I thought he still sans sheet.
No, I got the
Caution's
shield.
not wrong. Nobody ever mentioned the fact like that you got it back. We mentioned it in passing in that solo thing we did. You were like, "Did I get it back?" I was like, "Yeah, you back. You pulled it out from motherfucker's body," and then that was it.
No, it was a great entailment because he was still alive, and I
Right.
thunderclap, not thunderclap, thunderwave, blew him over, and grabbed it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Ugh."
Well, I don't think I'm pretty sure. I don't think we made that like abundantly clear to everybody. But anyway, and actually, I think I got this light blocker just a little bit off from where it would be.
Oh, really?
Oswin's resort to
It was
grave
just
robbing,
off by a fraction of.
I didn't rob any graves. I took a stack of coins. I didn't
you gotta
disturb a
like
body.
From a
because some of these are just caved right open on the end. Some of them is just like an area barely able to get your arm. So you gotta kind of like pull some rocks out of the side, grab the bones, and start pulling them out. And you just kind of crawl in head first, and you feel around in the darkness. It's easy for you because you got those bastard elf eyes.
I'm not a bastard either.
You, having gone through all 4 of them, you manage to find a couple pieces of jewelry. You find a very nice looking ring with a diamond in it, and it seems to be a necklace with a large pearl.
Okay.
And you also find 220 assorted gold pieces.
Pearl
in, like, little
necklace,
sacks.
diamond ring.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't this make you think that whoever was in here and broke the sarcophaguses, they didn't care about any of the jewelry?
No, they're probably looking for the
Kind
headdress
of-
that we're looking for. 212, did you say?
They aren't as poor as we are, so they didn't grab. Yeah, 220, I said.
20.
220.
Depends on
That
your-
8 is going to make a big difference in the end.
What does this
Depends on what your
headdress do
definition
again?
of poor.
What'd you say, Perry?
What does the headdress do?
Didn't tell him.
I did
Yagushka
find
did not
it.
tell him. He told
did.
him. He told him to get in here and to retrieve it.
I asked him what it was.
But what did he say?
I didn't write it down.
Well,
For those, in my extensive notes, I actually didn't write it down. Fuck's sake.
You wrote down like the color of clothes he was wearing, but you didn't write down actually the important stuff.
I know what.
So
His
on to the
voice
other
was a
door?
little hoarse. He seemed irritable. He wanted this item, and then dot.
He had a quirky smile.
It was Giagushka. He spoke like this, but he was a bit more stern with me.
Yeah, he wasn't happy that he had to give up a nice item.
Someone pointed something out in the comments. It's like, he shouldn't be that upset. He got them for something that was only going to cost him 1,000 gold.
Oh yeah, then he extorted this out of you, didn't he?
Well, yeah, but it's because I feel bad. And I really need him to find that person for me.
so
All right, so there's a large, ornate door here. This one is also wooden and reinforced, but it does have. This one does have like, it's much fancier, and there are like bas relief carvings on it and stuff like that. Pretty mundane things. You see like a funerary scene and things like that.
Okay, you
Which
said
is
there
not-
was spiders went underneath it. Does that mean there's a gap?
Yes, there's a small gap underneath.
Can I peer underneath it?
Yeah, you can do a perception check underneath it. So you put your head down on the ground, you look under the door. You can see several columns, the bases of several fluted columns and stairways that go up. You see what seem to be the feet of another statue, and you can definitely see some spiders just scurrying away. But as you've gone deeper, you've seen they've become denser and.
would we like to come back to this?
I think we go in weapons drawn.
A nudge.
Oh, well, check the doors unlocked first.
I could just smash the door open, then we'd be like run in and be like,
Oh, yeah.
Breach and clear?
Breach and clear.
be a pretty
Smoke.
good entrance.
Smoke out!
Right, I'll roll the flashbang under the door. We give it 10 seconds.
Okay, the gap is not big enough for the flashbang to fit under the door. It gets right up against the edge. You all look wide-eyed, and then it goes off.
I actually just thought of something. If we can find a magical enchanter, get a metal tube and enchant a sunburst spell into
You
it.
gonna make a bandolier?
And no,
No,
just a
make
metal
a
tube.
flashbang.
put a sunburst spell enchanted into it and trigger it with something, and you give it like a couple seconds, boom, sunburst under a door, and then
I thought you were talking about making a bandolier to like clear obstacles.
no, just a flashbang,
Bangalore.
a magical flashbang.
I mean, it's feasible if you had the right components and you found an individual, which wouldn't be too terribly difficult. You know some magical people. It wouldn't be impossible.
That'd be hilarious. I can just imagine like Coswin like with this like belts of like loads of different magical grenades. Like, and he's just got one on his back that's the holy hand grenade. Like, that'd be an interesting character.
I'm gonna
like build
check the
yourself an
door.
alchemist whose primary weapon is like he can have a crossbow or something, but his other things are like.
Go write that
magical
down. That's a
grenades.
Pathfinder character in the making. That is an enchanter or an alchemist with throw anything as a perk.
Yeah, like you give them
Alright,
a crossbow, and then they like make bombs as the rest of their weaponry. That'd be so cool.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Preaching clear.
I'm gonna check the door, see if it's trapped, and I can tell if it's unlocked.
Okay.
Nope.
Seems fine. You jiggle the handle.
Open it then.
I'm just
Smash
gonna
or open?
push it open, or at least try.
Fiery smash.
Hang on a sec. As you get you grab the handle and turn it, you notice that it doesn't go all the way. It seems to be locked.
Oh.
Do that
Smash.
thing.
I can pick the lock probably.
I could just smash it.
Do you have lock picking tools?
I did. Which pile of my inventory is they?
Just smash the door open,
No,
Perry.
just smash it. Just smash it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is nudge. Boop.
All right. So you slam nudge into the door. Roll for damage. You hit it right in the center on the gap between the two doors. All right. The doors fly open. Let me get the lighting for you.
Oh, spiders.
You see
God,
groups
I
of
hate
spiders
spiders.
scurrying around. On the left and the right, you could see two doorways that have raised portcullises. I have bars on there just for because I couldn't find good portcullis artwork. So those are raised up on both sides. You see a large ornate room in front of you, stairways that lead up, columns and sarcophagi,
And spiders.
and spiders.
Are we rolling initiative?
Nope.
So these
I
spiders.
just decided these spiders. They're not really doing anything other than just.
So I see
scurrying
a lot
around.
more of these statues.
Yes, you do. There are definitely more of those statues.
Are
you see
they
the
like
spiders.
in the same combat positions, like they were fighting something?
Yeah, there's some of them are in heroic poses, running with weapons drawn.
So we might have another basilisk on our hands, guys.
Well, unless the other one had the ability to close and open doors and essentially lock them.
But there's also the ones that are lined up, like behind us, right here. So I think someone might have pet basilisks.
Wonderful.
Like they've clearly turned it.
I
adventurous.
would like to perception the room.
All right.
See if there's any traps.
You see a lot. There's a lot in front of you and within your vigil. Wow, that got really loud really fast.
No, I didn't.
On my end, it did. Jesus Christ. Sorry. It's that fucking... I'm gonna have to, like, reinstall Windows just to get that fucking auto-ducking out of my face. You see, or within your sight radius, because this is a dark room in front of you. You can just see as far as the light goes. You see columns and stairways. You see, like a fine rug laid out in front of you, and you see the spiders just.
Can I have perception for traps?
But just
If you step into the room, because right now you just got that visual straight in front of you.
So there's no trap straight in front of us.
Not straight in front of you, no. The spiders keep going away from you guys.
there looks to be a lever to my right.
A lever.
What's that in the middle?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's two things.
You see, there's a large
mean your
rug on
left?
the ground in front of you guys.
Oh, no, there's one on the left and right.
You can see some, well, on plinths. Hang on, because right here and right here again, couldn't find good artwork. There are sets of fine armor, like you see in like a medieval castle.
I don't like those sarcophaguses are closed.
All the sarcophagi are closed.
Guys,
I
keep
don't
your
like
voices
that.
down. Guys, keep your voices down. There's someone over there.
You can see the back of a woman who's facing away from you.
Is she softly crying, like, on the ground? And do we not want to shine a flashlight at her?
Whatever you do not shine your light spell directly at her.
Just left for dead.
Yes, it is.
Can I perception the woman?
You can.
But if she turns, I want to stop looking.
Where do you see this woman?
She seems to be
North.
wearing
North.
a very fine white, like a flowing dress, and you can see that she's wearing a headdress, a large golden headdress with her hair. Hold that back behind.
Is there
her.
anything? Is her hair slowly moving as if on its own? And
Do you have
scaly?
sight on her?
I do.
You do.
Hmm.
Could be her moving. Her shoulders.
I think we got one of the Gorgons.
It's
Yeah.
Madusa.
It's Medusa.
The statues and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's. Well, there's.
How do I fight when not out looking? Do I have to put the loincloth around my eyes?
Oh man!
It's direct.
I'm gonna take the dirty loincloth.
I've had that for a long time. It's probably clean, but I probably would have cleaned it by now.
God, I hate spiders.
You're still worried about the fucking spiders. I'm more worried about what could be a.
What could it be? What could it be? What would be its name?
I'm
Or-
It's a
Sorry.
Gorgon.
Gorgon.
That's because it,
Yeah, I mean-
to go with the ancient Greek tales.
Don't you have an irrational fear? Mine is spiders.
Did you say that
I have
out
an
loud?
irrational fear of turning into stone.
No, I didn't. Knight's not scared of anything. Come on. Are we gonna just stand here?
Yeah, we're just
There's
gonna
no-
stand there.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna try and sneak.
She doesn't know we're here yet.
That's what you
How
think.
can she not know? We smashed down the door.
That's true.
He has to know. He just knows that she's too strong. She doesn't need to worry. Maybe she's gonna turn around and turn us into stone.
Well, I bloody hope not. It's not a nice
Well,
way
then-
to go.
Let's do this. Let's get
Guys.
going.
Guys, we need to get out of here. We need to just leave. We need to back out. We need to
She's
leave.
wearing the headdress we need.
All right. Well, okay. Then we shouldn't fight her here. Come
What do you
Okay.
suggest? What do you suggest?
on. Getting her out of here.
Why specifically here?
How are we gonna get out of here?
Do you remember how hard it was to fight the beholder in its lair?
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Can we back away?
Ben, is there any mirrors or anything arrayed inside of this room that I can see?
Nope.
Okay, we back out. I'm slowly backing out.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any mirrors?
I mean, we have 2 shields that could be polished.
Okay, then we need to do that.
Mine's-
If that's what I think it is, then we can use its own.
Artlox's shield is
Wooden.
not made out of metal.
Oh.
Okay, that brings us down to 1.
It's painted wood with like a metal boss and a metal rim.
I mean, I can shine up the.
Well then, no. Probably we don't probably have anything.
What kind of shield do you have, Sir Hadrian?
Well, I was just thinking like a, not like a, what are those called? They're like triangular sort.
Kite shields?
Kite shield?
Yeah, something like that, with like metal bands. Not
Yeah,
like
but
solid metal.
A kite shield
but like-
would probably be made out of wood reinforced with metal. It wouldn't be
Yeah, with
something
the
that you could.
bands on the
Almost all
front.
shields are made of wood, except
Yeah,
for.
I mean-
like, you're talking a buckler, or you're talking about
Like
a small
like a,
round
like
shield.
a Greek like a Greek style shield
How
would be made out of
shiny
like polished
are your
brass.
armor, guys? We were all wearing like 3 of us are wearing armor. I'm wearing a breastplate. Perry's now wearing a
I
half
just-
plate.
But I just took
I
out a
have-
dead body. I don't think it's clean.
Perry's is it's physically untarnished, but it is filthy because it's been in here for ages.
And I have split metal like my shield, so it's like reinforced.
Yeah, he doesn't have a.
Chains underneath.
Well, I've got a
Yes,
shiny
Adrian-
breastplate. That's
You have a very shiny breastplate. Sarah made sure that it was she buffed it twice before.
I've got quite a shiny breastplate.
Can't we
Well,
just
I-
like attack it blind?
I was gonna say, why don't we just go in there and do the deed?
I think
I don't know why you're scared.
is Greek mythology in this universe.
That's valid.
Yeah, I'd say
From what
so.
we've seen so far and what we think right now, can I make a check to confirm what I think this thing is?
Sure.
And what check would I be making?
Just do a history check for me.
Oh my god, it's a minion.
Okay. Can I consult the
You
stories?
Yeah, you can.
Because it's basically I'm consulting the stories to see if I want to know if my knowledge of
We
Greek
saw snakes in
mythology
here, though,
is
See,
like
this is something where I heard it in a tale would be perfectly valid.
okay, cool. 23. Is it a Gorgon slash Medusa?
Yes.
Okay, fucking hell. Right, so we cannot find it in that room.
Can we find
Tell me
it
about-
anywhere?
Well, because the stories go, Medusa has a lair. So if this is her lair, we don't want to be in there.
Right, but does it matter if she's in her lair? Her power is still valid anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have like
Some-
control of the lair. If that makes
Some
sense.
large, some like really tough monsters, and like and especially really intelligent monsters. They have layer abilities, so they have basically there's extra spells that hit once a round that aren't associated with them. It's associated with the area they're in.
Like the beholder.
Remember,
Okay.
remember when we were fighting the beholder and it spawned like vines or whatever out of the wall?
Yeah, like tendrils shot
Yeah,
out of the
yeah,
wall.
yeah,
and
yeah,
grabbed
yeah.
People. That was a
Sir
layer
Hadrian
action,
wouldn't know that, but
but he wasn't there. But mechanically speaking, that's what a layer action is.
how far away
I-
is she from me?
I don't think you can get her to come out, can you? Unless like you did a taunt or
I
something.
can't
Artlox.
see her from here anymore. I
Well, you might have to get the command. You might have to go in and taunt her.
I do.
Okay, like the stone, the petrification that a Madusa has. I mean, it's got to have a range on it, right? It can't be all range.
No, I think it's like
it's got
it's like you can see her eyes, I guess.
If that's how the old stories go, and that's all I can go by.
Mechanically speaking, yes, it has a range.
Okay, who arranged characters in this party? Okay, that's me.
Tyburn's got a crossbow.
Artlocks.
I have
Tyburn.
some ranged spells.
I've technically got Elric's bow.
If you want to go out the room,
Fucking-
the Arlocks go in, but he
do you know how to
he
use the
stands
bow?
backwards.
No. Well, I know how to use a bow.
mean-
I'm just not proficient in it.
Because that'd be really funny if you rolled for an attack with the flaming bow and like shot Coswin in the back. Like,
I mean, technically, I'm proficient in bows and all martial and simple weapons,
Yeah, I've got.
so I
martial and sword.
could use it.
Oh wait, does it count as a martial weapon? A bow?
I think I think longbow and shortbow are their like own.
Well, no, they'd be there's martial and simple
simple?
weapons.
So it
I
must
can,
be.
I can use martial or
Well-
simple weapons because
well,
I'm
no,
a
well, are you
part of
in-
combat.
Yeah, but are you
Combat.
proficient in martial melee? Because I know some strictly.
Just
like-
as martial weapons.
Okay.
Then then you're
I can use a bow.
then
I mean,
use
you could use the crossbow without any issues. So I would
Yeah, but
imagine.
that my it's a light crossbow, and that counts as a simple weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, so martial. If hold on, let me actually look at the book because I know the bow is. It's got to be a martial weapon. It's not a simple.
Yeah. It is. It's a martial. A longbow is a martial ranged weapon.
Then if I check the bard, unless you have any special.
I am because
things.
I've got I'm a bard of valor, so that's where I get it from.
The hell's the bard? I think the bard. Okay, here he is. Bard of valor. Valor. Yeah, you gain proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. Doesn't have any differential. So
I mean,
yeah, you can use the bow just fine.
If I use it and I roll a 1, I can re-roll that dice that rolls a 1 for the damage.
So it's up to you, Artlocks, but it'll probably be good to have some ranged.
You probably have a better dex.
I've got an alright dex. It's not fantastic, but
You're an elf.
Is it better than a 2? Bonus? Like a 14?
I've got a 1. It's a 13.
Oh.
Yeah. I roll pretty mundane stats on this character.
You play Borkvard and then tell me that.
That's true. No, I said mundane. You were below average.
Oh man, yeah. I think the Borkvard best stat was maybe a 14, and then I think I had 2 8s. One
Oh,
was
wow.
Dex. I think I had either a 6 or an 8 on Dex.
The only
I
thing
think I
about this Artlocks is that
I rolled good.
if you go with the longbow, it's a two-handed weapon, so you're only going to be using the longbow,
Yeah.
and that means you're not going to have your loot
Or my
or
shield.
anything. It means you can't
See,
actually do your spells.
if I use it, I can use my spells because I have feet. I'm a warcaster.
All right, give
wouldn't be
Crimson
able to
back his
carry your-
bow.
You wouldn't be able to carry the shield though, so your AC would go
Right.
down.
It'd be back to 17 instead of 19.
But do you
I say
wanna
we
use
could
them?
we could maybe do this. I used up both my level 3 slots. But never mind. I can buy back a level 3 slot. Oh, okay. I can get an alpha strike out. That's I can get a full brunt alpha strike with 2 fireballs.
You've still got that invisibility cloak.
Actually, you never gave it to me, but let's say you gave it to me.
Yeah, he
Is there,
did get
is, there,
it.
is there an item card associated
Oh,
with
I-
this
I
that I
have-
need, Ben?
No, you just know it doesn't cover you the entirety, so you'll have to crawl.
Yeah, well, like, I didn't give an item card for that because it was pretty simple, but I can make one up if you guys want me to. But it gives you,
think it would
it's
help us
invisible,
all.
but you have to move. You have to move at half speed, otherwise you're at disadvantage.
Yeah, definitely, it would help us all if we if
That's fine.
all of our magic items had a little card with it. That way,
All the ones I've made up for today's definitely do, and a lot of the other ones do. I hadn't done that one because nobody asked for it, but I can definitely do that. You can use it as a normal cloak at half while moving at half speed. If you're moving at your full speed or sprinting or anything like that, you have disadvantage on any stealth checks made. Because it's
I'm just gonna keep that in my bag for right now. I don't think it's gonna be that useful. Like I said, if we go in there, we rush. I think we can maybe get an alpha strike out of anywhere between, depending on her dexterity roll or it. I don't know if it's a male or it's a woman. We could get, I don't know, maybe.
Do you need your bow stats back, Crimson?
40.
No, I can. I'll just roll it off Elric's page.
40 to 60 damage on an alpha strike with
Well,
me.
no, because you'll have Elric's bonuses.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I can just transfer it over. It shouldn't be that hard.
So I say we go in. I hit first. That way we're getting a surprise round out of it. And immediately after I hit, Sir Hadrian hits her with the bow, and everyone does their most powerful and damaging ranged attack, and we stay at a distance. So let's what's the minimum, or what's the short range on a longbow? What is it, like 60
It's like
feet?
120 feet.
150.
150 feet? Okay. Who has the shortest ranged range?
As in, well, it would be my javelin.
And what's that range?
60.
Wait,
Min 20, max 60.
All right, I say we go it in, and we get within 50 feet of her, and we do an alpha strike, just all of us. And that'll mean it'll take her one round of movement before she's even within range of melee with any of us, so we can get another round out of ranged attacks.
do I have to use Dex for the bow?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thought so.
I want that
Does anyone
bow
else
back,
have
though.
any
It's an
better-
heirloom.
Does anyone have any better plans?
Nope.
One sec. Oh, I don't remember why I have a +3. Oh, it's skill, but it's +1.
The spiders are back. The spiders are gone. Spiders are crawling over some caskets. Spiders are back. Spiders are closed. Spiders are gone. They're on the rug. Spider sat on the mat. Spider started climbing
see
the
him
wall. Spider.
crawling over.
These spiders move really quickly.
All right, guys, what's the plan?
Okay.
Are we good with that plan?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just putting all the
I'm
Yeah,
handing
just
him
back
the
in.
bow at the moment and trying to find the arrows in my bag.
All right. Tyburn's also got a crossbow, and from what I remember, he's actually a very good shot.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's got a crossbow.
I've got a crossbow. I mean, I can use the crossbow.
Tyburn rolls really bad when he's trying to hit things offensively, but really good when he's healing people. So far, at least. So far.
Does he have any ranged damage spells?
Wait, I have another question.
Sacred Flame.
Radiant Blast. Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame.
The +1 from the weapon, does that go to the fire damage as well?
Nope.
Okay, didn't think so.
No, because that's a bow, and it only affects the bow, not the arrows. You can get +1 arrows though.
I've got
And
+1
those do
bolts.
+1 damage.
Still.
Right,
Yeah.
but the bow does fire damage.
I've
So
still
the
got-
bow does 1d6 fire damage, so you'd roll so when you roll, it does the melee, or the
Right.
martial damage, and the fire damage. So,
Right, but it doesn't get a +1 to that damage because of the
No,
+1
no.
bow.
No,
Okay.
the +1's only to hit things with.
Right.
I just realized we're prepping to go fight a Gorgon.
Yeah.
that's great.
Call me Jason. I'll call you the Argonauts. Let's go.
No, it's fun. It's funny because I've
I
also
think
been
I'm ready.
rewatching Battlestar Galactica, and that has a very Greco-Roman ties to the show. and it's culture.
Art locks on the
Mine-
Argonauts.
My new CK2 series is about restoring Greece.
I'm gonna
Build
take cover
that.
up against this pillar.
Okay.
Oh god, I have to get so close because I can't see anything.
Well, okay. First, okay. Well, Sir Hadrian's gonna be. I think it should be me and Sir Hadrian because Sir Hadrian is casting light. Then, second line will be Artlocks and Perry,
Ah!
and we have Tyburn in the back because Tyburn is the healer.
Well, what am I gonna do?
Well, what? Okay. Oh, do you have any ranged attack whatsoever?
Guys, don't forget
Oh.
she's wearing the headdress, so try not to damage it.
It's
Try
a
not to
magical.
blow up her head.
It's a magical item, though. I don't think it'll take fire damage.
I know, but we put a hole in the last headdress someone was wearing that was magical.
It wasn't magical. Oh,
It was?
well, no. Well, that was because I was firing.
Magic
what was it?
missiles.
Magic missile. And I aimed for the face.
Yeah, well, that when you were killing the guy, you were like, I want to put him straight through his forehead. I was like, okay, well, that's what happens. Okay.
You ready?
Oh,
So,
Let's do this.
are we fighting her in her lair? Is that what we decided?
I think we can take the chance if we can get 2 range strikes before she can get to our. She can get to.
Try and stay
us melee.
covered as well if you can, guys. Like,
Okay.
out of line of, like, direct-ish line of sight.
How tall
Like, there's a lot
are
of pillars in here. Use the pillars to your advantage.
Pillars go all the way up to the ceiling.
All right, where was she exactly, Artlocks?
Direct north of
Directly
you right
north of
now.
us.
Just past the sarcophagi. There's, like, an little inlet. Yep.
I can barely see her.
She's
I can barely
there.
see her right now.
Right.
Okay, she's at the edge
Do you
of.
want me
She's
to-
at the edge of my vision.
Shall I move up?
Well, what? You're not casting
How
a light.
about Annie?
I'm
Ben?
not casting light,
Yeah.
but
what
Fairy
what
fire.
type of creature is a Gorgon?
but
See, I believe
Are
it's
they-
human. I believe it's humanoid.
Actually, yeah, I can.
It
do
is.
that.
It
That's
is
a good
humanoid.
idea. That's a
That-
very
It's,
good
it's
idea.
technically
Coswin.
it's a monstrosity, so it's not undead.
Artlocks, come up
Um,
here. Come on.
Because I can protect
Yeah,
Yeah, I
against
need to get.
aberration,
I need to get
celestials,
within
elementals,
60
fae,
feet of it.
fiends, and then
Where do you guys want Tyburn to go? Because I don't want to move him around in
I
combat
need to move
myself
up like 1 square.
because I know how combat's unfolding. So
Okay, I'm going.
Okay,
Just far
put
enough for him
Tyburn
to use
right
Sacred
here.
Flame.
right here.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm actually gonna cast Fairy Fire on it,
On what?
on the Gorgon.
Okay, that's how
Which
you.
one?
So I've got my loot out, and I'm using its 1 spell of the day to do this.
Right. So each object is 20 feet within range, outlined in blue, green, or purple light. Any creature in the area that is outlined in light, if it fails a Dex saving throw,
So this
they
is
also
including
emit
the
10 feet
spiders.
of dim light. This provides advantage if the attackers can see it. So I have to roll a Dex saving throw
Yeah,
on her.
and the spiders.
Are they within?
They're within 20 feet. Yes.
Yes, they are. Okay.
And they're going to become our light sources in this room.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh
All
yeah.
right. So, both sets of spiders failed with the Gorgon to pat.
Oh, shit.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We'll be able to see because both spiders
So,
now emit 10
this
feet
spider-
of dim
All
light.
right. Before we do anything else, let me set up light on these spiders because they do emit light that everybody can see.
I'm gonna go with a green glow today.
I wish I could. I really wish that was how I could hue the light so you could see like it coming from different sources. So what happens is when this you strum your lute and fairy fire erupts on the opposite side of the loon for just that brief instant. You can see the Madusa outline and then fades away, but the glow, the faint green glow, stays on the spiders. Hang on 1 second because I'm going to randomly decide which direction they run in. Okay. This spider is gonna. These spiders kind of rush forward onto the column and just start swarming around it.
Okay.
These spiders rolled that way. So these ones are gonna go over here. Those ones kind of rolled diagonally towards you, started casting light, and I'm actually gonna have everybody roll initiative now because that alerted her to what was going on. Let me get the initiative order up. There we go.
Shit.
Shit. Oh, Parry, the close
Nice.
combat character, coming out with the fucking high initiative.
Who's all the way at the back.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And Tyburn, let me get him up here. Tyburn, select his token.
What are you thinking, Causeway?
And we're going to... Initiative, that's the one I'm looking for. Alright, Tyburn rolled very averagely. Alright.
What's your dex, Artlocks? Oh, wait, we already decided this. You have a 13, right? And I go first.
What did you roll? Rolled a 6?
We both rolled 6s, but I have a 14 dex.
Okay. So, Perry, you're up first. The combat has been initiated, and you're up first.
I can't even see her.
So, what are you doing?
We need to
Did you
get
guys hear the
array.
music?
I can't look at her.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear the music.
We need to
Just
get
I have to
Move up
ask
so
because
you
it's
can
different.
apply healing to people as needed.
Yeah, I can fire Hedon.
If you want, you can hold your turn, or hold your action.
What does that do then?
Holding your action basically says like you can hold your action and say I'm going to wait until something happens in the turn order, then I'm gonna do my action. So like if you were
I can choose after anyone else, basically.
so you have to tell me what you're holding your action to do. Like if you're saying I'm waiting until someone's injured to heal them, but you know you
I
wouldn't
say
you can't hold your whole turn, just your action, so you wouldn't be able to move or anything like that.
that's not going to help, probably.
And that kind of thing is really good for ranged characters or spell users, because you could say, I'm going to wait until this happens to cast a spell. That's really important. But for melee
get a bit-
characters...
I'm going to get a bit closer, because I don't know where she is. I actually can't see her.
Okay.
So I actually don't know where she
directly
is
north
exactly.
of me.
Yeah, but... Okay. I guess I could fight the spiders.
But they're
We
not
need the
fighting
light.
anything right now.
They
There are lights.
They've been avoiding you guys.
There are lamps right now. So
Every time you guys have like moved, the spiders have kind of like just skittered around and stayed their distance.
I'm
And then
gonna go over to this angle just to get us a bit covered over a different area, and just kind of. I'm just gonna make sure I look the other way from her, not trying to look directly at her.
Okay. And that's your turn?
I guess on my turn, yeah.
Okay, so it is now the Madusa's turn. So the fairy fire erupts around her. You see her spin around. She runs forward. Oh, that's not forward. She's going to run forward and leap up on top of this sarcophagus here. And she's going to make 2 ranged attacks at the closest person, which is Coswin. Okay. So that is a 15 to hit.
shield,
Okay.
which will give me a
Give you-
+5 AC. I have 12, so.
So that's 7. So now you have an AC of 17.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the second attack is a 14. So she fires from a longbow 2 arrows at you. You cast shield, and both arrows impact the shield and shatter, leaving you untouched.
Okay, wait. Can I just take this opportunity to ask a question? Does that count as a spell slot?
Does what count?
Shield.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a spell.
That's a first level.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And she is going to use the rest of her movement.
Oh wait, oh sorry. Yeah, no, he's right. First level spell slot. I
you gotta-
cast Tides of Chaos. So
Tides of Chaos.
104 in your books, people.
Shit.
45.
45. I cast Levitate on myself.
Okay, you are levitating several, let's say a foot off the ground.
What is that in terms of its spell? Do I have a movement speed?
I think it's still just 30.
Yeah.
Well, I'll check. You guys keep going.
Levitate.
Maybe give me a little like a little thing on the token.
It lasts for 10 minutes. Spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds, so you're cool. rises. Oh, you rise 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
And your movement speed is the same. So you're just floating. If you want to, you can float up to 20 feet up in the air.
In terms of linear distance, straight linear distance, I want to get as far away from the Madusa as possible.
Well, you're not moving. What were you? Oh,
So moving up 20 feet would.
Well, he doesn't. He levitates up 20 feet, but he can control it. So you wanted to just move back as far as you could go.
I want to get I want to go up. I don't know, 20, 15, 20 feet, whatever, and then I want to go back a couple of feet. That way
So
I'm
let's
at
say
least
you go-
30 feet away from the creature.
Let's say you go up 20 feet and back 10. Or you could do 15 and 15. That'd be fine.
I'd put you in the
We could just call it like
I'll
that.
go there. I'll go there.
Yeah, that's fine.
And maybe it would be good.
All right, that's good. Okay, so you're going to be doing this because this lasts for 10 minutes, so you're going to be good. You're going to be levitating for the rest of. All right, the Madusa took her turn. She fired at Coswin and then made her movement. It is now Tyburn's turn. He has to make a saving throw, which he succeeds. What do you guys want Tyburn to do? Just take a shot at her?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred
Would be
Flame?
good. Unless he has another. Unless he has
Does he
a
have a
more
crossbow?
damaging ranged attack.
Well, his crossbow's about the same.
Sacred Flame.
Then yeah,
that's-
Sacred Flame.
He's got a better chance.
Sacred Flame.
Gets 2 now, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Yeah, 2d8.
Sacred Flame. Dex saving throw.
And then 2d8 if it hits.
She rolled a 20, so it did not hit. So Tyburn Sacred Flames, and then it just sputters
Sacred
in his hand, and Sacred whiffs. Do you want him to move at all?
Back.
Yeah.
How far?
Can you get
Well,
him
5 feet at least. 5 feet back.
Can
Okay,
you
5
put
feet
him
back.
behind this?
Yeah,
Pillar.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move there. Okay. That makes it Coswin's turn. Coswin, you need to make a saving throw.
No, I don't, because I am at least 30 feet away.
Because you're floating up in the air
Yeah,
too. Yeah, you're
trigonometry, bitch.
fine. You're fine. You're fine.
What
Okay.
saving throw is it, by the way?
It's con.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, so I am going to
Bad luck
cast
with con.
Fireball. I'm going to twin a Fireball, and I'm going to cast it right there, which means that it means the Madusa, the spiders, all that shit's within 20 feet of it, but none of my friendlies are in 20 feet.
Okay, so you're basically just firing it kind of like right into the sarcophagus behind her that she leapt over.
Yeah, I want to get
For
her in the
narrative
fire.
sense.
I want to get her in the fire, but nobody else.
You're
So-
good. All right.
And that's twinned, so there's 2 of them. So
Do.
104
And she makes, and everybody makes dex saving throws on those, right?
to half the damage, yeah.
yes.
To half the damage. So, well, no matter what, the spiders die.
All right.
There goes our light.
So because
Okay,
they got
well,
light, I'm just gonna delete those. She's got to make 2 dex saving throws here, and she has a dex of what is the DC?
50.
Just roll it. Oh,
She rolled a 15.
okay. That is my DC.
Okay, so she made that one, and a 14.
Okay, so she takes half of the 39 and full 28.
Okay, so that let's 19.
And roll a d100, please.
Oh yeah.
I always forget. Midge is the one who always remembers.
I quite like it. That's the thing. It
Oh, I do too.
brings
The reason I picked this was because it felt like a psyker from 40K or Tabletop.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah.
'Cause the tied to 5.
A monodrone appears, controlled by the DM, in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you, and then disappears 1 minute later. He's back!
What?
a monodrone?
You'll see. Woo! That guy just whoops into existence, and then he falls.
Actually, yeah.
He falls 10 feet. It takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage and dents his side in pretty good. Damage for the Madusa plus 28. Okay, so That's
How much did I do total? 38 halved, 39 halved.
it was 48
Rounding.
total, I think.
That's not bad.
You know? Okay. So your fireballs, one right after another, they slam almost in identical spots into the sarcophagus behind her, and that wave of concussive fire just blasts all the spiders off the columns, off the sarcophagus. You just hear them squealing, and you get that acrid smell of like burning hair as the spiders all char to death around you, and there's hundreds of burning spiders all over the place. The Madusa is her back. You can see that the back of her dress has been charred, and you see the snakes kind of come up above her headdress with the blast, but she keeps her footing.
And with that, I think I am going to back up 5 feet.
Okay, and then you just whoop, back up 5 feet a little bit. All right, Artlocks, your turn, but I need you to start with making a con saving throw. You made it.
Good. Right. I am gonna hit her. Hit her with this in a space so it only hits her. You know, same as what thing you just did.
Yep, that's fine. Hypnotic pattern. What's the saving throw on this?
Charisma, I believe.
Charisma saving throw.
Hold on. No, wisdom. Sorry, my bad.
Wisdom saving throw. She rolled a 17.
She passed it. Lucky bitch. And then I'm gonna move.
Just retreat back.
I'm gonna retreat back and not face her.
You know, avert your eyes.
I'm gonna hide behind the pillar so my eyes aren't looking at her. Yeah.
All right, Sir Hadrian.
Nom nom nom. It's good.
Con saving throw, right?
Yep.
Shit.
Well, I mean, if you choose, you can divert your eyes, but then you're on disadvantage on any attacks. It's kind of up to you.
I think being stoned would disadvantage you quite a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look away.
So you can avoid the saving throw by avoiding your eyes, but then you cannot. But then you're at disadvantage trying to hit her.
Yeah. I'll do that. And then I will... One sec. I'll take a chance with the bow.
Okay.
Go away, G-Force experience.
That does hit.
Eight damage.
And just want to...
Yeah, you really. I just realized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just-
your other character's really spec'd for that bow.
Yeah, it was.
You close your eyes and just... whoop, and you manage to score a hit on the Madusa. Not bad. You got a hit in. Okay.
Oh, I just realised Sir Hadrian should have gone before me.
Doesn't matter.
It's okay.
To there.
That brings us to Perry's turn.
That's Sir Hadrian backed off parries in darkness.
Oh. Yeah, well.
Perry.
NG.
Perry.
Parry docks.
He's probably
NG
talking.
parry docks.
He's probably talking, but
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was talking. But I was say, Ben, if I cover my eyes with a loincloth and I go to
Yep.
attack her,
Mhm.
I guess I just get do I just get disadvantage?
you just get disadvantage because you can't see precisely what you're striking at.
Okay. Now the problem is that I should have last time healed myself. I should have done that last turn. I just realized.
We can retcon that because you didn't use your action for anything, so you can
Alright.
you can do that.
Thanks.
Where's the monodrone in the turn order?
Oh, I forgot about him.
There we go. So yeah, last time I used Lay on Hands to heal myself for 21 points. No, 22 points. And now I'm going to cover my eyes with a loincloth. And attack.
With what? How are you gonna?
You gonna move forward?
Nudge. Yeah, I'm going to attack with Nudge.
Okay, you are right.
Okay. It's okay, isn't it? Because you cover your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you can do is you cover when you're fighting something like this. You cover your eyes and get disadvantage, or you have to make the saving throw to see if you get petrified or not.
I'm just going to run in and be like, "Rah! Die, foul
Jump up there next to her.
bitch."
Okay. Make a swing.
Hey,
Like-
bada bada bada. Hey, bada bada.
Oh. Okay, Perry. You leap up on top of the sarcophagus. You take one swing at her, and she doesn't even have to move. You completely lose your footing, fall backwards, and land prone.
Ah!
Yeah, you slipped off the curved lid of this thing, fell down backwards, and you're laying on the ground at her feet.
Can I stand up?
You can. You used all of your movement to get there, so you can't stand up. You do get your other attack.
Okay. So I'm trying to hit her from the floor.
Yeah,
you're
you're.
disadvantaged. So it's kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I want to see him actually hit it. No.
Okay, so you take Nudge, swing it around and try to swoop, and completely misjudge. Okay. I didn't anticipate this happening, because otherwise I wouldn't have done this. But what's going to happen here is you roll off the sarcophagus onto the rug right here, which immediately then wraps itself around you and starts squeezing you.
It's a rogue trap.
So just so you guys know what's going on here. So okay, because you very specifically stepped around it, I was not going to have it do anything because this thing was going to activate the first time someone touched it. But you definitely stepped around it. But then you rolled 2 1s in a row, so
That's not fair.
I don't feel bad about
God,
that.
why?
So you guys see Perrin
My Hermes, why?
whiff and fall down, then try to do like a swing over his head like this, roll off the sarcophagus, land on the rug, and then as soon as he hits the rug, it just rolls him up.
what makes this better is right before he did the charge, he put an old ogre loincloth over his eyes, and then he did it.
Oh, that's true. He put the loincloth over his
So his
face.
head's covered while he's doing this, which makes perfect sense.
Narratively, that makes perfect sense. You're right. Oh man, so you're on the ground, grappled by the rug right now, Perry. And it's
Rob, no, bad.
it's the Medusa's turn right now. Hi.
Does she just laugh?
Let's see here.
I did
It's gonna
not
be the
go
most
like
fun she's
I
had in
thought it would.
centuries.
Yeah, I was about to say this is really interesting for her.
That didn't go like I planned in my head.
I don't think anybody anticipated you rolling 2 1s
In a
I
row.
in a row. Oh
I
man.
ran 2 1s in like one combat, but in a row.
Yeah. All right, so you sitting down there, she's just going to lean over and she's going to take she's going to take out a short sword. She takes 2 swipes at you with the short sword.
Oh, it hurts.
Well, she just rolled a 1, so that one missed.
Well, she's got to roll an advantage. He's grappled.
Okay. I would have forgotten about that if you hadn't said it, but you're right. The
Ryan,
second one was an 18.
Don't let me die.
can
18
I
plus 5 to 23.
wait?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
He's prone on the ground.
Rolled
And
up in a
she's-
carpet.
But she's standing up on a platform on top of a.
She just leans over and
A
starts
coffin.
swiping down. She's got some reach with that thing.
Okay. I'm just saying that seems very, very different.
between an arm and a sword, you can get down there. It's not like the platform's like 4 or 5 feet up. It's just each one of these is just like a little step up, basically. Yeah, it's not like a huge platform. It's like a foot. And it's like a foot
okay.
and then a sarcophagus, and she's just swooping down at him.
Okay, I was like, because the stairs threw me off. I thought it was slightly higher.
Yeah,
distance.
I mean, it's not a huge gap. The stairs are very. They don't have a lot
like
of lines.
4 or 5 feet for each.
No, it's just like a foot. So that's an 18, and that is 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage. So that's you take. She just stabs down and just right into you. You take 5 points of piercing damage. She rolled an 18 and a 19 for the second attack. That is 7 points of piercing damage. So just right into you.
I healed.
And then you see
you
see the snakes that have been coming out of the back of her headdress kind of, swoop out a little bit, and then a couple of them down at you. And they roll.
But he doesn't see this because his eyes are covered.
No, he's just getting poked. And the snake hair is that's 5 plus 5, so that was 21 to hit. And then it's
Someone cut this bitch's head off.
you take 4 additional points of piercing damage, and I'm gonna need to get my bag for the next one.
How does she keep getting such great rolls and I get 2 1s?
Because you're laying
She's
on the floor.
rolling-
You got 2 1s because you have disadvantage. The second one would have been a hit if you didn't have disadvantage.
She's
You're
rolling with
hilarious.
advantage. Here, let's do this on the table so you can hear it. 6, 9, 13.
Don't worry, the snakes are not poisonous. They are, however, venomous.
Thanks.
You take 15 points of poison damage. I gotta say, that was the most failure I've ever seen in one round.
That's coming from the player of Borkvard.
Yeah, and I played Borkvard, who rolled negative initiative roll.
How much damage you say it was?
That was 15 points of poison damage.
I'm almost dead.
Oh, that actually reminds me. I gotta add that reminds me. I gotta add the rug into initiative order now.
So is there any way we can bring the rug to our side?
It's an
I think she's cuddling me.
The rug is an animated object. It doesn't really have any cognitive abilities of its own.
If we could bring it to our side of thinking.
That rolled a 10. So that's going to be...
So Tyburn, me, or the rug, who has best initiative?
It's got a dex of 14. What is yours?
Mine is a dex of 15.
So you go before it. Tyburn's is a dex of 16. So it goes Tyburn, so it's exactly the order it is in right now. Tyburn, rug. All right, that's the Madusa's turn. The monodrone is going to look around the room. It looks at everybody, and then it's going to walk over here to Sir Hadrian, and it opens up a little compartment on its side and takes out this little notebook and a little quill, and it just looks up at you, Sir Hadrian, and it goes, "Name, age, and association, please."
I'm not gonna answer. Just gonna stare
it
at
looks up at you again and says, "Name, age, and association, please."
Are we allowed to cut in at all?
If you want to shout something, it's fine.
The last person that didn't ask him got attacked.
It killed a slod.
With a quill.
So you're saying I should answer it?
It doesn't have to be truthful.
My name is Julius Quinton. What else did it want? Name,
Age and association.
24, and a squire to Sir Hadrian.
Okay, it jots all of that down, and that's the end of its turn. What is
You just signed up your squire for a newsletter.
Gotta get a whole bunch of
24.
issues of the Oprah magazine now. Tyburn, I think
Yeah,
Tyburn
enjoy
should
it.
probably heal parry. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think he has.
I would-
Does he have
I would
ranged
agree with you.
heals though?
I don't know. I think he has. I'm gonna
Tyburn.
look at his spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Healing
does.
word. It's parry that doesn't have ranged heals.
So spells.
Does
I've got to
Perry have
touch you.
healing still?
Healing word.
I use most of my healing.
Yeah, 60 feet.
I
Yep.
can heal 2 more hit points, Cosmo.
Tyburn is going to have to make his saving throw though, because he's going to be trying to very specifically target this spell at someone. So he's going to be looking at him.
Yeah, but he's outside 30 feet though.
Oh, he is. No, you're right. I thought it was 30 feet exactly. My bad. I must have measured that wrong. No, he's good. So let's see. 1d4 plus spellcasting modifier. So 1d4. What's his spellcasting modifier? Hang on. I'm not used to playing other people's PCs.
That's his proficiency plus his primary spell casting.
That's
ability.
6. So 1d4 plus 6. So you heal for 7 HP.
That's it. Wow.
I rolled a 1 on a 1d4.
Wow.
Also, usually Ben he uses higher spell slots.
At higher levels, add additional
D4.
1d4 per superior. So do you
Right.
want to?
How
I
much
mean,
I-
right now that's good though. I mean that'll keep him from dying. Probably.
That's fine.
maybe.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully.
Does anybody want me to move Tyburn?
No.
No, he's good.
Okay. Makes it Coswin's turn.
You did a lot
Great.
of damage last time.
Let's see here. What do I want to use? Obviously, nothing that's an area of effect because parry's right there.
Unless you can put it behind it. Her.
I think I'm going to use Scorching Ray. So I'm going to cast that, which is 3 attacks. 14. 15. 17.
So 2 hits. So the first one just streaks right past her. The second 2, boom, boom, right in the chest. 9 points of fire damage.
9 points of fire damage.
Are these what level spell?
Yes, I know. 68.
We've definitely had that one. You frighten the nearest creature until the end of your turn.
That's you.
I'm now frightened of Coswin.
No, he can't see me though.
Oh,
Just
I
his
can't
nearest
see-
creature.
No, but he has to be able to actually line of sight.
Read exactly what it says to me.
you are frightened by the nearest creature until the end of your turn.
Oh, I
You're-
am frightened.
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
you're frightened of Artwall.
Well, I can't see Art, so it doesn't matter.
But you still have to move away from it.
I can't see him though. I have no idea where he
Yeah,
is.
no, frightened
So,
requires sight.
yeah, so it doesn't matter. If I moved forward and saw him, then I'd have to leave. But right now I'm in.
Can you
I'm
imagine?
fine.
Artlox moves forward to get a shot off, and you just look over.
That is.
Well, the next closest thing would have been the rug, and you are already backed up into the roof corner of this room.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I'm going to go up by full 20 feet now instead of the 15. So now.
You're basically right up at about. You're almost up to the.
Yeah.
A little further away.
I'm like fucking Magneto at this point, just like going.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's good.
All right. So it is the Rug of Smothering's turn, and it is going to smother Perry. Keep
I don't like that
constraining.
name.
Let's see.
It's kind of kinky.
Creatures grappled, escape. DC.
There are people that pay a lot of money for this.
I'm
Enjoy
getting
while you
so
can,
hard, help
Perry.
me!
Oh, there should be an extra 2 heal on the Tyburn heal because of his life domain.
Okay.
Oh,
Add-
yeah.
Add more. Add 2 more.
Yeah, so whenever he heals,
2 more HP
it's,
that's going to go away.
it's D whatever plus 2 from domain plus spell level plus spell casting modifier.
So 4, 1, 5 plus 3. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the thing constricts around you.
Enjoy it while you can.
Well, hey, it's a good thing we added those two. So now, all told, you got a net 1 HP from that last
Well,
turn.
and then at the start of his next turn, he could try to break away from it. That's the thing. He can try to get away from it. All right, Artlocks, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, she's in range.
Guys, I can't see, but she seems really powerful.
There's
She
these
somehow-
little snakes coming
Do I
out
hit?
and biting
Somehow
Perry's face.
No.
Okay, now I
Give
can't
yourself
move.
bardic inspiration. Inspiration.
Yeah, fine. I'll give myself bardic inspiration, and I'll add, what is it, 1d8 now, lol, onto my to hit roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
$16.
You.
That hits. So roll for damage.
2 piercing, 9 lightning.
So you take 2 points of piercing damage and 9 points of lightning damage. And Perry, you take 9 points of lightning damage,
As
Oh,
does the
thanks.
rug.
as does the rug.
Are you trying to kill me? I literally have like no health.
Why can't I grab the rug? Oh, I got the wrong damn thing on. So that is...
And then, because I can, I'm going to cast this at level 1.
Because I can.
Because I
on
can.
Harry.
on Perry. Perry, did that knock you out?
No.
Have 5 HP.
So everybody's dumping all the healing into Perry as he suffocates to death.
And I
As long as he gets
And my
off
turn.
while he's
I
dying.
end my turn facing away again.
Okay. So it is Sir Hadrian's turn.
Hmm. I guess I just go with the longbow again.
Okay. Are you averting your eyes or no?
No.
All right. So before roll a Constitution saving throw. Oh wait, no, you're
I'm
out of
outside
range.
the
You're
thing.
right.
Yeah.
You're outside of range. That's fine. No, you're right. So that's gonna hit.
That really wants somebody to be petrified in stone in this encounter.
No, you guys are just staying like right at the range, and it's throwing
yeah.
me off. And maybe it's a good thing Perry said he wraps the loincloth around his face, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to like he just would have been having to go like, I want that.
Damn it.
I love that the
All
mod
right.
drone though is in range, so the mod drone might get petrified.
Ah,
Okay,
damn it.
so that's 12 points of damage to the Madusa.
Yeah. And I just realized on my last roll, I should have re-rolled the one I rolled for the piercing damage because of my feet, but
Yeah, it's come and gone.
yeah. So hard to remember all these things.
Are you moving?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. Looking away.
All right, now Perry, you can make a strength saving throw to try to get out of it.
Okay.
Then you do.
Ta-da!
DC was 13, so you throw the rug off of you, but you're still laying on the ground. So you can use half your movement to stand up, and then you have 15 feet to move and a bonus action.
I'm gonna have to get away from her because I just don't have enough health.
If you move away from her,
Uh,
she gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but if I stay here, she gets like 3 attacks.
That's true.
So move away. Does she just get 1 attack if I move
She
away?
gets 1 attack.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably move away. If I get up then and move away and don't use an action, can I move 30?
If you're crawling, I don't think you can move your full speed.
If
Because you're still prone.
Yeah, you're still on the ground. You got yourself off the rug, but you were on the ground, so you would need to stand up, and standing up takes half your movement. So you'd only be able to move
Just reminds
15.
me of Doctor Strange's cloak.
And get breaking away from the rug was your action, so you wouldn't be able to use your action to move 30 extra feet. So you can crawl 15 feet, or you could run 15 feet, but that's all you can do.
And she could chase me and kill me anyway.
Man, in all honesty, right there, you're doing a really good job of keeping us safe.
Distracted.
Yeah.
Just pound her.
Uh,
Pound her. Hit her with.
He doesn't have an action. He used his action to break out of the grapple.
Damn.
So I can't hit her.
No, you don't have an action to attack.
I could do. I could use Sanctuary. Let me just
Is that
check
a bonus
that.
action?
Would that be okay?
Is it a bonus action or an action?
You just check. Bonus action.
Then you can do it.
As an action. Just for that. Okay. Sanctuary. You ward or a creature within range against attack until the spell.
Yeah, so just get Madusa to not be.
You create a target, so all the creature within attack or harmful must first make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just perform Sanctuary on myself. Protect myself. So that'll be so we'll have a 1 spell. So let me just get rid of that.
On the Madusa, yeah.
Yeah, and then she has to make
you put it on yourself.
Yeah, and then if she wanted to attack you, she'd have to make a Wisdom throw to see if she can do it.
Yeah. Well, basically anyone who attacks me has to make a Wisdom throw.
No, it's the creature that you say.
It's no. I use it. You use it on yourself. I'm using it on myself.
Read it again.
You don't use it against attack. Yeah, you ward a creature within range against attack.
Yeah,
okay.
Targets
that's
the
talking about the
warded
target.
creature.
It's talking about the target. You ward a creature, the target, against attack. Not
Any creature. No wait. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack must first make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah. So I put it on myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I put it on myself.
And then if you wanted to move
out
away,
of the rug. Yeah.
she
move out
would
the
get an
rug.
attack, and the rug would try to attack.
Really? I thought you can stay inside. I thought we said that last time. If you move in the area
You can
of
move
combat,
it. You could
okay.
dive back and forth in front of her.
Yeah. But I thought you could just move here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I would say crawling up there would take all of your movement, because that's you going up a thing and then up another thing.
The rug would still get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it would.
But I'm still in
Because
this attack
you're-
zone though.
No. Perry, the rug has an attack zone, and the Madusa has an attack zone. So,
Yeah.
like, if you did the thing we did before, where if you went over to this side of the rug, you'd still be in the rug attack zone, but you wouldn't be in the Medusa's.
Put it in Blood Bowl terms.
Yeah, so
Like,
she,
got
so
tackle
she,
zones?
so she would attack me.
No,
Yeah, she would attack you. And if you went up to the Medusa's side here, then you leave the rug's attack zone.
No,
And you
not.
stay in
He's
Medusa's
4
attack.
squares, isn't he? So it's still next to him. He can still attack
You
me.
know, you're...
You're in that 4th square there now. It's not on top of you, is it?
Where's its...
I thought it was on top of me because I stood on it.
You and it are basically occupying the same space right now.
I get there.
But
Right,
it's,
so
this,
what-
this big old rug. It's got
Right,
a
so
lot
what
of
I'm saying
reach.
is if he moves up one,
throw rug.
he's
Yeah,
still in
I'm
his
still in-
range.
Ranges, yeah.
I'd say it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, but I can't stand up. You're saying?
No, getting there, you'd be able to stand up and get up there, but that's as far as you can.
Okay, yeah. I'll go up here, stand up. I use ward. I use a sanctuary on myself.
Okay. So.
And then I pray to Hermes to protect me.
Okay. All right. It is now her turn. Let's see. She is going to hop down and move forward. 1, 2.
Attack of
What?
opportunity.
Yep. You get an attack of opportunity with. Hang on. Oh, I lost her.
What? Disappear. She's
Sorry,
inside the
sorry.
rug.
You can get rid of that little rug there because you already.
Oh, that's true. I can get rid of this
The
one.
animated rug is a thing. So
There we go.
there you go.
Okay, so she's gonna move. That's one.
Unless there's more than one. They lay at each other. Haha.
So I attack her then.
Yeah, he gets an
you're
attack
gonna be-
opportunity, and
You're
that
gonna be
means
at
if he
disadvantage because you have your eyes covered. So
if he hits her though, she can't move past there.
I might nudge her though.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's she ends her movement once you do that.
he missed.
Oh,
Got pretty good.
He missed, and she's going to start lashing. She's going to start hitting Artlocks.
What? Wait, what? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you.
She's down here.
Yeah, she crossed the room.
Yeah, she knows I'm warded, so she doesn't.
I don't think a 2 is going to hit.
No.
17.
Oh, that's exactly my AC, you little
Okay,
annoyance.
so that is her. That's
I
her
can't
second.
see down there, but
Hang on. I gotta find her. Sword is +2. So that's 7 points of piercing damage. And then, oh yeah, that's it. That was a 19. That is 5 points of piercing damage from the snake's Artlocks, and 4, 7, 8, 10, and 10 points of poison damage from the venom.
The fuck?
is she bloodied?
Yeah, she's not looking good.
Okay. I am looking very dead.
The Monodrone now turns to her and says his normal name, age, and association. And she kind of looks down at it and doesn't respond. And he repeats himself, name, age, and association. And she's too busy with her, her melee attacks on Artlocks. He's now going to make an attack on the Madusa.
If this thing kills it, I'm gonna fucking laugh.
He rolled an 8. That's not going to hit anything.
he gets advantage.
Oh, he does get advantage. That's a 10. Still not good enough. So he takes out his little quill and goes to stab her and hits her in the calf, but it's just a quill, so it just breaks.
The power of friendship.
It's now Tybert's turn. What do you guys want Tyburn to do?
Right, I want
He'd
Tyburn.
heal.
I want Tyburn to give.
He's gonna have to make a.
religious shield.
He succeeds on his Constitution roll to not be petrified. Succeeds that. And you want him to give you. What was it now?
Holy shield, is it? I can't remember.
Let me look at his
The
spells.
one that gives AC bonus.
Shield of Faith.
Harlogs, how much health do you have?
9.
Yeah, you're worse off than me. I have 12.
Yeah, she just did a fuck ton of HP. I was on 31 when she got into combat with me. So,
So he casts Shield of Faith on you,
yep.
and you guys want him to move at all.
No, I want him to get out his gauntlets, I think. What do you guys think?
Gauntlets would work.
His spiritual weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a bonus.
Yeah, we do need to do some damage on her.
Where are those? Spare the Dying, Mending Resistance, Sacred Flame, Light, Healing. Is that just some? That's not a spell. That's just a thing you can do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Blast, Cure Wounds, Bane,
Really?
Detect Evil, Detect Magic. Why has he never used that before?
It's because he doesn't do a lot. It was like that time where I was using him and then we realized he has protection from good and evil.
He could try Spiritual Weapon or Shield of Faith, but he can't do both.
Why not? Shield of Faith's a bonus action.
Yeah, he's got Shield of Faith listed as a first level spell.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Action
okay.
is what it means.
Right. No, you're right. Okay, so Spiritual Weapons. Yeah, you're right. And let me find my Tyburn gauntlets. God damn it, where is it? That's Borkvard. God, where is that? I know I uploaded it. It's a Grimlock. It's a giant bat. Well, I know I got the doodle. So let's see. Tokens. There we go. At least it's really easy to upload things into this. You just click and drag. All right, so he's going to cast those.
And get him to make an attack.
When you cast a spell, you can make an attack. Cool. Actually,
Okay.
those were both bonus. Both those spells were bonus actions.
Yes, you just cast one of them as an action, surely. Right?
Is that how that works? I think if you get one bonus action, one action. I don't think you can, because you can't use an action as a bonus action. So I don't think you use a bonus action as an action.
Roach?
You
Yeah,
want
but a bonus action in itself is obviously like a minor version of an action. So I could see you being able to use a bonus action as an action, but not an action as a bonus action.
I've
see
never.
that.
I don't think I've ever seen or heard of that happening.
Roach?
I don't know if that's a thing.
Idea, but I could understand if that was a rule. Would make sense to me.
Well, if nothing else, just have him do his Sacred Flame or whatever he normally does.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, this is taking
I
way
call
too
upon
long.
the sacred flames of the
Which spell do you want up?
Well,
You're
Shield
getting
of Faith.
Getting the Shield of
Mage.
Faith. All right, and you want him to do Sacred Flame on the Medusa?
Yeah.
All right, Sacred Flame on the Medusa. She rolled a 6. That's not going to succeed, so that's 2d8, I believe, on Sacred Flame.
Mm-hmm.
Tyburn,
He's level 5.
Sacred Flame. Same flame.
2d8.
2d8 Radiant. So that's d8. It's a 7 and an 8. That was a big one. That was the most damaging Sacred Flame he's ever done.
Yes, it is.
All right, so boom, boom. The Medusa gets hit with Sacred Flame, blinded by the light just temporarily. And you said you do not want Coswin to move?
Tyburn to move.
Tyburn to move.
He's not in
I
combat
was
right
gonna
now,
ask, what
is
the
he?
hell are you talking about?
Sorry.
If he's not in combat, yeah, he should move.
All right, so I'm going to have him move down here then. All right, Coswin.
I have line of sight with the creature, but I am still 20 feet in the air plus 20 feet
Yeah.
away. So
I'm going to say
trigonometry.
she has partial cover from where you are. There's a wall and a column between you two.
All right, then I move forward 5 feet.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I've got to go.
Yeah.
Is it really that time?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
time?
I've actually
Oh, it's
pushed-
15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 15
Oh.
minutes over.
All right, let's stop here then. It's at the
Yep.
top of my turn. I haven't done anything. Well,
Yep, we'll just leave it right here.
we'll just leave it right here.
Okay, so if you've all enjoyed this...
I
Oh
will
God! If Tog comes back though, is Rebecca just gonna show up? Just go, you guys left me behind.
No, let's do the same thing I did.
I'm here to save you.
She'll just have to sit out until we're done.
Yeah.
So, sad we couldn't finish the fight, but Artlocks has to go. It's here.
Yeah.
News from China.
Adios.
So I
We're
will see
really
you.
close to killing this thing though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just voted. Like, I'm
I
gonna
was
go
really
19
hoping to get
AC
to
and
the-
tank it.
I was really hoping that we would be able to finish the fight before we ran out of time, but I didn't realize we were already over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see you
Sorry,
next week.
it was my
for
fault. I
more
fell
D&D.
over.
God, that was a lot of
for more
failure.
D&D. Hopefully, the whole party will be here. But yeah, goodbye.